and welcome to the Sports Block's live coverage of Middle Creek, their number 6 seed, taking on the number 11 seed, Knightdale, in the first round of this playoffs. I'm your commentator, Braden Maxwell. Alongside me,
Bryce Herring
and Charlie Reeder.
What do you guys think about this game going into it? Middle Creek's first game of the playoffs, both teams' first game of the playoffs. Who do you think has the upper hand just going into it?
Well, I feel like, of course, Middle Creek has an advantage here. I mean, they're at home. We've got a nice crowd here tonight. It's their field, and they know how to play it well. And I also think, I mean, it's just they play in a tough conference. And, you know, seeding comes into play, and it's tough because you do have some losses when you play these high-end teams. But I'm sure we'll be in for a great game between Knightdale and Middle Creek. Charlie, you got anything on that?
Yeah, Middle Creek coming in the southeast region. But Middle Creek 4-1 in conference this year, much better than Knightdale's 1-4. Knightdale didn't really finish the season on a great note, but Middle Creek sure did against a 41-28 win against Garner, which secured them this home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. So I think Middle Creek has done a great job to get here, and I think they should be able to continue their great play and play style going into the playoffs.
And a little fact about this matchup in particular, last time that these two football teams played each other in a competitive fixture was 2006, 12 years ago. It's been a while, obviously. They're not familiar with each other. The teams, oftentimes in conference, you'll get the same teams over and over again, so you can kind of plan for that. These two teams haven't played each other in 12 years, so it's going to be a little bit different going into it. Both teams are just going to be focused on playing their game and not necessarily playing to suit the other team.
And I feel like it's going to be really tricky because either team hasn't seen each other. You know, sometimes you won't play your best game because you don't know what's coming at you. And
exactly.
I mean, when you play in your conference, you know what you're getting. You know those guys. You know each and every one. Some of them are probably even your friends, but that game, they're your enemy. And I mean, in this game, they don't really know any of these guys, so it makes it a lot trickier.
Oh, definitely. I think any game like this at the playoffs, it's you lose, you're out. These are the make-or-break games. These really test an athlete to see how good they are, not only physically but mentally.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks you're going to be seeing tonight, coming in for Middle Creek, Sean Brown, a more passing-oriented quarterback, just passed 2,000 yards on the season passing. He's going to be going up against a more rushing and passing, more of the duo quarterback, Dax Hardy from Knightdale. Only 400 passing yards on the season, but he's got 6 rushing touchdowns. So you really got to watch out for Knightdale has the ability to have more than just one running back.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd say that Knightdale's running is going to be a big thing. If they can stop the run early and, like, show Knightdale that you can't run, it's going to cause a lot of problems to that Knightdale offense. And we're really going to see from both sides rolling out quarterbacks. We know Sean Brown likes to roll out, and he uses his legs quite well. And, of course, if you've got 211 yards and 6 touchdowns as a quarterback rushing, you can definitely use your legs.
Exactly, yeah. That is not a bad record to have. Knightdale about to kick off to Middle Creek. Both teams, biggest game of the season for both teams so far.
Number 82 will be kicking it off for Knightdale. Nick Boone.
I feel like the first round's really harder at times than some of the other rounds because this is your first time in these playoffs. I mean, second, third round, some of that pressure.
You know what
leaves.
to expect. You know what to expect. You've already won a game. You're one game in. There's a low kick there. He's going to take it down. No, he won't. It'll continue rolling into the end zone.
And a little scare there for Middle Creek as the ball just rolled into the back of the end zone. It will be a touchback, but maybe a little scare there for Middle Creek.
Yeah, maybe it's just a little too cold for him to be able to catch that ball. Not sure. Just needs to get warmed up a little bit more. But Middle Creek will want to remain focused throughout this game because they can't afford a mistake like that.
That's definitely something to look out for. We may see some more drops and especially fumbles when it's cold like this. That can definitely affect the play.
Middle Creek to snap the ball.
Sean Brown back at quarterback in that shotgun formation that Middle Creek is used to.
Looks for his option out wide. And he'll pick up maybe 4 yards there.
Yeah, and they'd love to run that play. That play works very effectively. They like trying to get their receivers. It's tough to tackle them in open field, and that's definitely what they're going to be looking to do.
Definitely.
Yeah, Jamori Ellis on that 5-yard gain, that screen pass that you're going to be seeing a lot from Middle Creek tonight.
Yeah, Middle Creek also sets a lot of people in motion. We'll be seeing that fairly often.
2nd down and 6 here for Middle Creek. We'll be trying to get first down there as he looks down the line. And they'll pick up another 4 yards there, 4 or 5.
Nice
They're
quick
getting
pass
close
there to Sean Horton. There's some good yardage.
Middle Creek going to be just short of the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Mustangs. We'll see if they continue that shotgun formation that they're used to, or will they try to run the ball.
And they are 1 yard to go.
Anthony Robinson just to the right of Sean Brown. And he will receive the handoff And he's going to be stuffed. That's no gain.
He might have even lost a yard or a half there.
Yeah, looks like he lost.
Let's see if they'll keep him. Yeah, I don't know if he made it.
And that's going to be a 4th and 2 for Middle Creek. Not the start they've been looking for.
Definitely not. No, Middle Creek will want to. I mean, this is the most important drive of the game, really. Your opening drive. If you cannot get a first down on that, it can destroy your mentality going through the rest of the game.
And you will see Hunter Holmes and the punting unit taken on the field.
And they're not going to risk it. And you wouldn't want to risk it at, the 19-yard line.
Yeah, you'd never risk it. I mean,
especially so early in the game.
First quarter, give them points right away, basically.
Yeah, they might be sacking someone if they risk that.
Yeah.
It's a good
Holmes
block
with
there.
a good kick. And Knightdale's not even going to let that have a chance. That's going to go to the 36-yard line.
It's a good punt there for how deep he was. Knightdale will get their chance on the offense now.
Knightdale with some decent field position. Middle Creek's going to be pressed here, and Knightdale's definitely going to try to run some clock and run the ball, get some short yardage early.
Well, if Knightdale can do something on this opening drive, maybe not even a field goal or a touchdown, but just get close, they'll definitely have the momentum going in to the rest of the game. So the Middle Creek defense will have to focus very hard on stopping them here, on keeping it a level game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can't score, you got to win that field position battle because that sets you up to score.
And we'll see Nikolai Mohammed behind the center here in this almost wildcat formation.
Snap, they're going to hand it off. He'll run. And he's still going. No, he's maybe lost a yard there. If not, he's kept it even.
Yeah. A good stop
defense
in the backfield there. Yeah, big tackle on. One to watch out for is definitely Jackson Chop. I mean,
what you need
he's
early
all
in the
over
game.
the field. Definitely look out for him on the defensive side. Could really be putting up some big tackle numbers.
So Cameron Spellman will be getting the snaps on this first drive. Hasn't had much experience this year, only 14 completions on the season.
Oh, is he a junior? They're going to hand it off again. He'll get first down here and a few extra, maybe 3 extra yards there after the first down.
The one thing about the run is there's not a huge risk with it. I mean, yeah, you can risk a fumble, and yeah, you can risk a little bit minus 2 yards or something. But it's a good, safe bet, and I mean, that's 11 yards right there. You get
exactly, yeah.
You get
take that any day.
10 yards every 2 plays. I mean, Knightdale is not upset with that at all.
Definitely not. You'd be in the end zone before you know it.
Yeah.
Well, Knightdale with the chance to cross the half-field line. Will they be able to? He does get through. And
that's again at 10 yards on the rush.
Yeah, that's excellent. It's that first down. I can't tell from here.
And that's Nikolai Muhammad on 10 yards.
Some good yardage. I mean, he just kept on going as long as you
9
keep
yards,
those
9
legs
yards.
moving.
So he really did get up there.
Yeah, and we're not seeing Dax Hardy out here in the first drive. We're actually seeing Cameron Spellman, which might be not as great for them. Only coming in at 5'8", doesn't have the height that Dax Hardy does, but he's sure done a good job on this first drive.
Definitely.
Could be an injury. I believe I heard something actually that Knightdale's first-string quarterback is out. So that would definitely lead to a lot more rushing attempts. And that actually does give Middle Creek a little bit of a heads up that they're going to have to run more.
Exactly. You can set up your defense in a perfect way. I mean, we were talking about you don't know your opponents in these playoff games, especially if you haven't played them for 12 years. But, I mean, if you can get a little bit of injury information and something as key and important as that to their team play, I mean, there's no way why you shouldn't be able to defend that.
3rd down and 1 here for the Knightdale Knights. He's going to hand it off to Travion Cooley, and he's just going to get it. He gets about 3 yards on the gain.
He just keeps those legs going. I mean, it's very tough to bring down these Knightdale running backs so far.
Now, it'll be interesting to see if he can continue that stamina throughout the game. I mean, he might just be a first half or even a first quarter type of player, and that's why they're running it so much. But if he can sustain that for all 4 quarters, that's going to be the biggest threat so far to Middle Creek.
Well, I mean, you kind of get used to the game, you know, the flow of the game. They'll definitely shore up that run defense. But the good thing about Knightdale is when those legs get tired of one of the running backs.
Quarterback is loose. He's going to have to go back. It could be a sack, and it's a loss. It's fumbled.
It's fumbled.
It's fumbled. Middle Creek recover, and at the 35, Middle Creek recover.
The referees are.
Is there a flag out on the play?
Number 9, Darnell Jones did fall on it, but it looks like
they're saying that it was down before the recover, before the fumble. I'm not sure. That looked loose before he hit the ground.
It looked like they spun him a little bit, and that would indicate the elbow down. But I mean, you never know. I mean, we won't know.
We won't know.
The replay machine's broken, but
well, that's not good.
We've got other stuff. We got our commentary, but definitely has Knightdale out of sorts here. They're going to be facing a 2nd and 27 now.
And that's almost a little bit worrying. It looked like it was going to be a fake handoff. I mean, there was no reason why he couldn't release that ball to his running back. You maybe wonder about the quarterback's play there a little bit, instantly being caught out and having to run pretty much just straight backwards.
Well, I think Middle Creek kind of set some fear in him there. I mean, It's a second-string quarterback. It's a first play-up game, and he's definitely nervous.
Definitely. I mean, the experience is going to set in.
I mean, your first run, you get tackled big for a big loss.
Cooley with the handoff. And he's still up. He fumbles, but he does recover it. It's going to be, but he fumbles it again.
And it looked like Knightdale did recover it off there. Don't think that's going to go to Middle Creek.
A gain of about 5 yards for Knightdale, but a little scary action there on the run.
Might be an injury here for Knightdale. I can't tell who it is.
Looks like it might be Travion Cooley, the running back, who was almost trampled when he got that second recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. And this cold weather is going to cause a lot of problems. Also injuries. Very tough.
We're going to go ahead and take an injury break here. We'll be right back with the sports block.
Okay, don't say that.
Welcome back to the sports block. He does look like he's okay there after that short injury break. You'd hope so, at least.
Yeah, it's always tough to see. You never want to see that, but I mean, he's already up and jogging again.
Exactly.
Might have just, in the moment, maybe knocked the wind out or something.
Exactly.
Not good to see, but it looks like he will be returning, and that's always good to hear.
Yes, we do wish the best to Travion Cooley.
Should be interesting here for a team that has not passed the ball yet on 3rd and 20. It seems like they're going to have to.
And we'll see how that one goes.
And Spellman does have 2 men in the backfield.
Now, there's no way he's going to try and run this. They have run it, so...
And they are going to run it, but we'll only get back to the original line there.
And it's Nikolai Muhammad, but we do see a Middle Creek player on the ground.
He's holding his shoulder, it looks like. And that does not look good, so we're going to go ahead and take another injury break. You're watching the sports block. Another injury timeout.
They actually did run it.
They ran on first.
Welcome back to the sports block. He is walking off now, number 95 for Middle Creek. And it doesn't look too bad. He was holding his shoulder originally.
Yeah, number 95, Kashawn Devon. Very tough to see. He was getting in on that play pretty well, but shrugged off a tackle, and it looked like he just landed wrong. And hopefully we'll see him re-enter the game.
Yeah. They are going to punt it. Will they be a little bit disappointed not to get something more on that opening drive the way that they started?
Well, they won't be disappointed with that kick as they pin them all the way down to what seems like the 1 yard line. What a punt.
That was perfect.
And what a punt. That's quarterback Cameron Spellman.
It's the quarterback. Wow, okay.
Absolutely incredible there. I mean, I mean, it's the little stuff that win you these games. And, I mean, if we're talking field position battle, because we don't have points, Knightdale is way on top right now. Middle Creek is going to need a good drive right here to get back into it.
Definitely. I got to make sure they don't need a safety right now.
Yeah, this is tricky. Play calling's definitely going to change here. You're not going to see that deep ball from Middle Creek unless it's just sending a receiver on a streak.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe trying to catch them off sides here, taking their time.
And he's throwing it deep. It's never going to find his man.
Yeah, good coverage there. Wasn't going to find any cracks on their defense there.
Yeah, that pass was looking for Therius Suggs.
Yeah.
That's never going to find him. It is excellent coverage from the Knightdale player.
And you might have thought Anthony Robinson might have got the handoff there, pinned back at the 1, but Middle Creek tried to really get it out of their own zone by a throw up the whole field.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you can't blame him.
I mean, Knightdale sent the house, though. I mean, they sent 7? Around 7. So, I mean, it's a good idea. Maybe try to catch a deep ball on them. But
yeah, why not? I mean, look at the field position that you could get, and it's dropped.
Again, looking for those short passes because they can't get any runs off here with them. You know,
How
really
deep they are, how
focusing on
pinned
the
back
middle.
they are. I don't know. You could argue that pass has to be caught, though. I mean, he's uncovered. It's
Middle Creek
perfectly to him.
now on 3rd down. They do not want to be 4th down here on their own 1.
No, and I mean, fourth down on the 1 is going to make it a tough punt too. I mean, your heels are on the back there. Like you're not.
I
in a
mean,
good
you need to
position.
make sure you don't back up at all.
Yeah, that will be very tricky.
Brown
And
drops
he could
back.
get sacked for the safety, and he is.
That is 2 points to the Knights.
And really, the punter's got him 2 points right there.
Yeah,
Incredible.
definitely. I mean, it's not often that the quarterback gets points with a punt.
Yeah, that was on the punt. Nikolai Muhammad, actually, the running back, but who also has taken a snap at quarterback tonight. But it all started there with the punt.
They are showing like a squad rotational type play out there. You know, just kind of throwing off the Middle Creek team by throwing players from other positions in there, and maybe that could throw off the coaches in some way.
I mean, it's really smart. I mean, it's a cold night. Everyone's energy is just everywhere. So, I mean, you could run out of energy really quick. You could just completely burn yourself out. So, rotating all these people in is a great idea for Knightdale.
Definitely. And, I mean, they have that many versatile players. I'd say they get through this game, they could go quite far with that.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, it's definitely unique. They run a unique system, and that can really put teams off. I mean, Middle Creek's used to seeing
The same
lot
thing.
of run. Yeah, a lot of the same.
And as the result of the safety, Knightdale will be seeing themselves back with the ball. And they will be seeing themselves with the ball when the second half begins also, as Middle Creek got the ball first.
Yeah, so Knightdale really looking at the tangibles right now, saying they've got a lot going for them.
And they'll probably get some good field positions because on a safety, I mean, you're getting a good spot. You'll get around the 36, maybe even 50-yard line.
Definitely, yeah. This kick will have to be good.
Could see another squib kick. Maybe look for a fumble. They've tried that.
He has gone low, Hunter Holmes. They'll pick it up around the 45, and he'll have space to drive forward. Gets past the 50, the 40, and he's taken down at around the 34.
Yeah, we saw both of the teams working in warm-ups on that squib kick, making sure they come up with the ball clean, and Knightdale's clearly got that down pat.
Oh,
as
yeah,
they did not
definitely.
fumble that.
He looked like he saw that one coming from a mile out. Perfect.
Yeah, and that's been one of Middle Creek's specialties this year is that squib kick. A lot of teams have fumbled off of that, and it almost comes in as like an onside kick, but Knightdale's done a great job on both of them tonight.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, you would think they've maybe looked at some tapes and seen that one coming.
Yeah, Knightdale really looking to capitalize. Already up by 2, can put it at 2 scores with a touchdown here.
They've got excellent
Definitely
field
look
position.
for
They're
that.
going to run it again. He picks up around maybe 6 or 7 yards.
Muhammad.
Just tripped there in the middle.
We'll definitely be seeing some defensive changes from Middle Creek. I mean, if they aren't going to like having
It's not
Knightdale
working right
running all
now.
over it.
Exactly.
So, I mean, we'll see some adjustments throughout the game, but really Knightdale just wants to capitalize on this while they can.
And why not? I mean, if you get a significant early lead, you could blow them out in the first half.
Another handoff to Muhammad, and that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, that gives them another first down. 5 yards of carry right there for those two. Within the 25 now, creeping up on the red zone, and that's where you really see what a team's made of. I mean, that's tough, but for a running team,
that could be quite good to see them in the red zone. They could go all the way here to the end zone.
all
And
the way.
maybe
Just
do
short.
5 yards.
What a run by Nikolai Muhammad, almost 20 yards.
He's been on fire today, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he had the punt.
Yes,
He's pretty
been
much been
great.
running this entire night's
He's
not only
everywhere,
offense,
man.
but special teams.
He has definitely been the best player on the field today. So first and goal for Knightdale now.
One thing that will help Middle Creek, though, is the shortened field does help because you don't have to worry about covering as much. They can really stack the box more, and this could lead to an outside rush here from Knightdale. Would be a very creative call.
I mean, you'd be surprised to see a throw, and he's not going to get any farther through. He might have even lost a yard there.
Yeah, you see Knightdale coming in that Wildcat formation, and they've just been running their way down the field. We are not seeing any passes. There's always men in the backfield ready to have that ball. It was first Nikolai Muhammad and then Trevion Cooley. Unfortunately, he was injured, but they just keep running the ball.
Well, that seems to be expected. I mean, what do teams do when they're starting quarterbacks out? You're definitely going to see an increase in the running game. For a team that already is a fairly run-heavy team, we might not see a pass until the second quarter.
Yeah, we haven't seen one yet. Middle Creek defense does an excellent job at making sure that the Knightdale Knights cannot get any farther in. And they might have to go for a field goal soon.
Yeah, this Middle Creek defense is loving this shorter field to deal with because they can really just focus on that. And
Stay
really,
nice and compact, and it seems to suit them quite well against this running team.
really well. Knightdale really need to punch something in here. That would put them in a great spot. Going up 5-0 really doesn't do that much.
Exactly. I mean, one touchdown and it's gone.
I mean, points always matter as we see a handoff and they
Anymore.
won't get any of
He
it.
looked to almost trip there before he even got tackled, so a little bit unfortunate there for Knightdale. It'll be interesting to see, do they bring on the special team? They do.
And it
Yes,
looked like
they
they
do.
will. Will be around a 21-yard attempt for Knightdale.
It should be a nice little chip shot for him, but, you know, you never know.
I'm not. Okay, yes, they are going to carry. I did not see an extra player there.
And it will be Nick Boone, the sophomore, out for the kick.
We're going to line it up here.
I can see his Nike CR7 cleats from here.
You could tell he plays soccer, huh?
Yeah, just by his stance, and the kick is good.
Hopefully he doesn't do that during soccer.
5-0 to Knightdale, and that is very true. Hopefully he does not do that. Middle Creek Mustangs, they're definitely not out of it. Like, let's not play any games. They score a
one
touchdown.
and they're
They
up
score
by
a
2.
touchdown. They're winning. So, but this Knightdale team, out of the two teams, which team has looked more dangerous? You'd have to say Knightdale on every aspect of the game.
They came out the gate firing on all cylinders. They've had everything that they've wanted to get going. I mean, their running backs have been incredible. I mean, they're a lot of credit to their O-line, too. I mean, if you can get all these rushers with all these yards, their O-line is putting in some serious work.
Oh, clearly.
And, I mean,
It's paying off.
yeah, I mean, to come to Middle Creek, not an easy place to play against a good team, and jumping on them on the first quarter is absolutely incredible, and a lot of respect out there tonight.
Well, we did say at the beginning of this, playoffs show what you're made of, not just physically but mentally. Knightdale winning the mental game so far.
Middle Creek will have a tough battle back, down one score, but can definitely get back in it really easily.
Oh, for sure.
Have just over 3.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Knightdale, as we said earlier, remains 5-0 lead.
Yeah, and all it takes is one big play. I mean, either on the defensive side or the offensive side. I mean, you've seen both teams really got some good playmakers on them. And, I mean, we get some passes out to Sean Horton or Schmidt in
It's a
the
low kick.
field. I mean, they can capitalize on it.
Now, it'll be interesting to see. Oh, that's an excellent run.
Sherrod Ray will take it out to the 37-yard line.
That's some good momentum that they need.
Now, it'll be interesting to see what this Middle Creek offense could do here. They had a disappointing drive from the start, obviously conceding the safety as well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is an important one. I think this would be the third. Was this second or third for Middle Creek?
Yeah, this is our third time with the ball.
Yeah.
And unlike the Knights, Middle Creek's just been looking for the pass play. They know the Knightdale secondary is not that great, but it hasn't paid off for them yet.
Yeah, Sean's had some pressure on him. I mean, the O-line's doing as best they can, but that D-line, they're sending them. They're sending it a lot. So it makes it tricky. Got to work on
They're
those
gonna run
bigger
the ball.
passes.
No, they're not. It's an excellent fake.
And Sean Brown will get 6-7 yards out of that.
That was good. That
Great
was very
play
good.
fake there, yeah.
They had me faked.
Oh, yeah, might have had our camera guys fake. Sure.
Would
Yeah.
not be surprised. That was very good.
Looked like he was going to hand that one off to Anthony Robertson, but he takes it himself.
Yeah, I saw the running back got hit. Ball's not there. Great play fake and a really great play call there on first down. Now you got some options on 2nd and 2.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, this could open up the game for Middle Creek offensively.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, 2nd and short, you always have that possibility. You can go deep. You got another play to get that short yardage, and we could be seeing a deep ball here.
And it's going to be
Brown's
straight out to the outside. He does catch it. Will he get the first down? Ooh.
Looks like he will as Horton goes out at the 50-yard line.
Great job, and I mean, I'm telling you, if they can get an open field, these receivers, I mean, they can really work. I mean, they're down Cole Prenevu, who is really, really tough to tackle on open field, but they've got a ton of playmakers, a ton of creators out here that can really make a lot out of nothing.
I mean, this Middle Creek team has always been talented throughout the years. We'll see what they're made of here.
Now at midfield, he's got Robinson in the backfield.
Seeing that motion that Middle Creek run.
They are going to hand it off this time. He'll get significant yardage and a first down.
A great run there by Robinson. They really need to. You get that run and the pass game going strong. Defense doesn't know what to do.
Exactly. You don't know what to expect going in. And this, like you said, this run game today from both teams has been very, very good. I don't think there's been a completed pass yet other than the pass that we just saw out to Sean Horton.
Yeah. And that's always good. I mean, running it on first down is always a good option. But, I mean, as soon as they start to bite on the run, I mean, you've got a deep ball, and that's what Middle Creek loves to do.
Got 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left.
You are going to see a pass here. That one's lifted deep.
And a good effort by Jamori Ellis.
He did well to get up.
And Brown was looking for that left-hand wide receiver that entire time.
And why not, first down? You might as well go for it if you haven't really put anything together in the passing game. That would be a good way to put it together.
Well, and Jamori's really athletic, and he's got good hands, so throwing it up for him is a good idea. I mean, he doesn't seem to have too much of a size matchup. He's got probably a little bit of speed matchup, but it's a good idea. Good run there by Robinson. Got about 5 there. That's what you want there on a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Middle Creek having a good drive here. This will definitely lift their offensive spirits, I would say.
I think you got to stick with the run here, though. I mean, Robinson's been putting in some good work. He's got a lot of yardage here, and
if it works, why change it? I mean,
yeah.
And based on Middle Creek's field position, it's not a bad option to go on 4th down either.
Yeah, definitely not. They're gonna.
He's gonna go to Robinson.
He stays up.
And he keeps
That's
going.
excellent strength to stay up there from the initial hit, and they are going to move the chains. I do believe that was first down.
Incredible work by Robinson. It looked like he was going to be tackled for a loss on that.
And I'm not sure. Did he get the first down? They're signaling yes, they are going to move the chains.
And he did get the first down.
And that's just a lot of hard work right there. That's that go get it.
Exactly.
Middle Creek's got to be fired up. I mean, they aren't showing it right now because they're still driving, but I'm sure Anthony Robinson is definitely fired up, and he wants more. Could be seeing a great game out of him.
Oh, definitely. I mean, so far, so good.
We will see Robinson in the backfield just to the left of Brown here on this first down opportunity.
We're going to be audibling out of it.
Ball's going to go outside, and he doesn't catch it. It's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that was a great read there by number 16 on Knightdale. Just a great read.
Adam Schmidt in the drop there. 2nd and 10 for the
You
Mustangs.
don't see that too often, do you? Adam Schmidt dropping it.
No, not at all.
Not common. But, I mean, he had a great jump on it. I mean, Sean threw it at good timing, but the corner had a great jump on it. Really tough to
He saw that one coming. Sean Brown getting some direction from his coach. They're going to play pretty much the same play again. It's worked this time. Will he get first down? He will, and he could go all the way. It's a Middle Creek touchdown. It's 6-5 Middle Creek now.
A 28-yard touchdown for Jamori Ellis.
And it looks like there might be a flag down, and it's coming back.
I mean, that hit at the 17-yard line.
It looked clean to me.
It looked clean, but it looked powerful.
It was, and yeah, they could have said maybe it was like a blindside hit. It didn't really look like he was pushing him away from the play. It looked like it was just a really solid block.
I'm going to let you guys debate that one. I had a metal bar in front of my face, so I don't know.
And the Middle Creek fans are not a fan of that one, the players nor the coaches. But that was a really good run from Jamori Ellis.
I mean, even if that's coming back, Middle Creek got a lot of momentum from that.
Definitely.
Jamori
That's exactly
Ellis
what
came on a screen all the way across the field and some great blocking. You can't ask for anything better than that.
That psychologically is worth a lot more than 6 points, whether it was given or not. Now they know that they can get into the end zone against this team, and there's nothing stopping them.
And now a 2nd 15 for the Mustangs. He's still on 2nd down. He's going to go to Horton on the left-hand side. And he's going to go down the left-hand sideline for a pretty big gain, around 10 yards.
They're going to give him his dive, and he's about, 3 yards away. That's not bad.
Not at all. 34 seconds left in this quarter.
We'll get one more play, maybe two, this time left.
3rd and 3 for the Mustangs. They're going to try to get another playoff before the end of the quarter.
See if they can get first down going into the second quarter. That'd be a great way to start.
He's going to hand it off to Robertson, and
just short,
Just
I
short.
think. Yeah, I'd say a yard
It's gonna be
short.
short. And as Middle Creek gets it here, what do you think they go for here?
well, I think they got to hold. They got this quarter intermission to decide what they're going to choose.
Yeah, and I'd say you definitely go for the field goal here.
That's the end of the
We've
first
had a
quarter.
great first quarter.
It's the end of the first quarter. Middle Creek 0, Knightdale 5. We're going to go ahead and take a break. Welcome back to the Sports Block.
Alexa, play the last Sports Block broadcast. With Amazon Alexa skill on the Amazon Echo device, you can play the game anywhere. It's as easy as that with the Amazon Alexa skill. And, I feel like that's a great addition. This is one of the only broadcasts that uses Amazon Alexa skill.
I believe the only broadcast in high school broadcast in North Carolina that has the Amazon Alexa skill. So make sure that you take advantage of that opportunity if you can watching at home.
Yeah, and you can watch it anywhere.
And why wouldn't you want to watch us again after?
Let's watch a great 4th and 1 chance here as they hand it off. And
No, they don't. They're gonna
A
run
great play fake for Sean Brown as he gets some big yardage down into the 10-yard line.
That's a good run.
Oh, they mark him down at around the 11. But it still will be a first down.
But yeah.
And that's a really good run by Sean Brown. He just kept taking that left-hand side until he could find himself out of bounds.
I'm sure his coaches were a little bit worried, though. I mean, he had the first down and he kicked it out wide, and
Yeah.
sometimes that results in some bad scenarios. But it did work out as he got some big yardage there.
He's gonna
Play
take the
same
option
thing
again.
But they read it. He'll still get a few yards.
Still down to about the 10-yard line. Not bad at all.
And that's what could have happened on that 4th down. He kind of took the inside there, but only got the 1 yard. But I'm sure they're still going to be happy with the gain.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, it keeps the defense on their toes. I mean, these creative play calls are really what set different teams apart, and that's what Knightdale's been doing so far, and that's been causing some trouble. So Middle Creek's definitely trying some of their own.
Well, 2nd and 7 for Middle Creek here. They at least know they'll get a field goal out of this, most likely.
Right. I'd be looking for that Jamori Ellis right here on maybe a short pass.
He looks for Anthony Robinson, but he's going to drop it.
It's not going to be 3rd and 7.
It might have been better that he dropped it. He was behind the line. There's a guy right there. As much as you never want to say, yeah, I'm glad he dropped it, we probably would have seen a 2-yard loss there. So
Yeah. I mean, it seems better that he did drop it. Are they just going to look for the end zone on this from a pass? 3rd and 7.
I mean, you got some tall receivers. You throw something up is a good idea.
Seems like that's what Knightdale seemed to think is going to happen.
Yeah, you got Jamori Ellis on the outside here. Maybe a fade into the back end zone corner could work out really well. And Sean Horton on the goal line on a nice little slant is also a good option.
Brown's going to drop back, and he looks for Jamori Ellis, and it's going to be a Middle Creek touchdown.
And that, you called it. Look for Jamori Ellis. Charlie Reeder put it in the books. He's called it. And Middle Creek now have the lead 5-6 with the chance for the
Jamori
PAT.
Ellis has put it in. That's incredible. Great
And
job.
that looked exactly the touchdown that we had before the penalty.
Yeah, that
Those
was.
are your
I
two
think that was
threats
the
right
same
there.
play. I was watching the coach, and he gave us similar signal, so it could have been the same play.
Yeah, nice. That was a double slant there. Very nice and really tough to stop. I mean, Jamori Ellis just great speed. I mean, you could see that coming from the booth, man. No way you stop that.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Hunter Holmes does make the extra point, and it will be a 7-5 lead for the Mustangs with 11:02 remaining in the second quarter.
And I'm telling you, man, one big play puts them right back in it, and they're back. Should be very interesting to how Knightdale respond. They'll probably just go with the same thing they've been doing until it stops working.
Exactly. I was going to say, why not?
Yeah, Knightdale's been running it all night, but the run game is going to wear down the defense more than the pass game. That's just how it works. Everyone has to make their tackles, and it's much harder to defend.
Well, it goes both ways, man. I mean, as defense getting tired, your O-line's getting tired. Your O-line's going to get a lot of stress. And when they do drop back to pass, I mean, we could see a lot of sacks from Middle Creek because this O-line has been putting in a ton of work early.
How versatile we've seen this this Knightdale team. How do we know they don't just have a super sub waiting? Maybe just play the run game for the first half, hand it off to him a few times, then the second half do something completely different. I mean, they're doing all different types of things on the field today. You never know.
Oh, yeah. That would be amazing to see.
And we still yet to see Travion Cooley after his injury back in the first quarter. We'll see if we'll see him back on this drive, but if not, they'll most likely be running the ball to Nikolai Muhammad again.
Yes. Hunter Holmes to kick.
Could be going for another squib, and he will.
And they've dropped it here, but he will remain in possession.
And with the squib kick, if Knightdale recovers on it, even if they jump on it right away, it kind of guarantees them a spot at least the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
But it also makes it really tough to have a punt or a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, you have to just get control of the ball before you can go forward with it. And it gives your defense a lot of time to get down there, and it's a shorter amount to cover. So.
Yeah, Middle Creek in a tricky spot now, actually. Knightdale with, again, that good position. I know it's a good risk to play with that squib kick, but it hasn't paid off. It hasn't paid off yet. But, I mean, sometimes you got to put in the work for it to pay off eventually. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, you'd almost think that Knightdale had practiced receiving those. I mean, I'm sure they've looked at footage going
all
into the
over
game.
it in warm-ups.
I mean, they looked like they expected it the first time.
Oh, and there's
it's dropped! Knightdale will recover it, but it was a fumble there.
And Knightdale's just fumbling everything. A triple option play there did not work out well.
Yeah, the fumble from Cameron Spellman, the quarterback, junior.
Yeah,
second of the night.
You actually see the quarterback taking the run there on the option. They faked it to Muhammad, and he ended up dropping it.
Yeah, he really looked like he was about to flick it out to the other running back there on the side, but couldn't get it off, and really it probably would have been worse if he did get it off. I mean, who knows where that thing's going.
Exactly.
That could have gone very wrong as we see a 2nd and 14 with a similar set here.
They're going to call a timeout, Knightdale. I believe we're going to call the timeout. Yes, Knightdale are going to call a timeout.
2 seconds on the clock.
So we are going to go ahead and take a break, but first, a message from Bryce.
So, Alexa, we've got Amazon Alexa skill added to the broadcast, and you can say, Alexa, start the Sports Block podcast, and hear it anywhere. It's as easy as that with the Amazon Alexa skill. The Sports Block podcast is available.
We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Sports Block's coverage of Middle Creek playing Knightdale. Middle Creek, the home side, leading 7-5 after that recent touchdown.
You see it coming from the same formation, and he's swallowed up behind the line.
And Nikolai Muhammad's taken down by Stephen Holland for a loss of about 4 yards. That's going to give a 3rd down and long for Knightdale.
Yeah, and we've seen some great adjustments here in the second quarter. I mean, we knew Middle Creek's defense were going to make some adjustments. We're really seeing it here. 3rd and 14 have not allowed anything. And they're going to look to maybe get a big play out of this and make them have to throw the ball here. But who knows? If they ran it on 3rd and 20, they could very well run it on 3rd and 15.
Oh, definitely.
We're seeing a different set here. 3 receivers on the top.
They're going to throw it this
Look
time.
for that.
Oh, and it's almost picked.
Just overthrew it, but I don't think he would have had the first down anyway.
Yeah,
he incompletes it.
And that's, I think, maybe the first time we've seen Cameron Spellman or Knightdale throw the ball tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's the first time.
And he's a lefty. I mean,
Yeah, we wouldn't have known that.
We haven't seen him pretty much all year for Knightdale with Dax Hardy as the quarterback all season, but Cameron Spellman getting the start tonight.
Well, it is nice to see a junior come in. He's not doing bad, is he? I mean,
no,
they've had a
he's
few
great
good
with
drives.
his legs. I mean, he's got some great potential, and, you know, sometimes the playoffs game is what you need. I mean, that's not the ideal first game for you,
definitely not.
but you can make it the ideal first game for you.
It's going to be a punt now.
And nearly blocked. And I see no.
And it's deflected off the back of the Middle Creek player.
And who is on it? It looks like Knightdale recovered it. It bounced off the back of the heel of Middle Creek.
That's a bad mistake.
And it's
if
going.
Knightdale have recovered
That could be a very costly mistake, too. The referees are.
And you can see
talking
it by
about
the
it
way
right
that the
now.
Middle Creek players are walking away. It does look like it is going to go to Knightdale.
And it will go to Middle Creek.
It will go to Middle Creek. Okay.
Great hustle to get it back. I don't know who that was, but some insane hustle to get to that.
Yeah,
Heads up.
That mistake could have been very
Heads
costly.
up should have been called.
Yes.
He didn't know where the ball was.
Well, yeah, that was a very high punt. He just focused on
Poor
getting out there and blocking.
communication. Yeah. That's really not what you want to see, and I'm sure he'll be hearing about that, but
It's
you
not
know,
really
he'll
his
get
fault.
past it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they
Well,
have to
yeah,
communicate to him.
exactly. You
so.
know, if it's not your job to be looking,
That's true. That's always tough to see. We see a good handoff to Anthony Robinson, a great tackle.
he'll just get
in the
back to the line of
backfield.
scrimmage. I think
Yeah.
maybe picked up a yard.
Yeah, came around the outside great there. Just a great job there by them.
Yeah, it does look like he lost a little bit of space.
So Middle Creek on their own 41-yard line. Sean Brown's in the backfield with Anthony Robinson just to his right.
It looks like they might try and throw this one out to the right. They will.
They were
It's
looking for
deflected. It's
Robinson.
tipped. Yeah, there is a tip there, and it's just going to be an incomplete pass.
Was intended towards Sherrod Ray, but it almost seemed as the play was set up to go to Robinson.
Yeah, and either way, that's not really a great play. Roger Jackson for Knightdale right there on both of them. That could have really ended pretty poorly. You'd have to make a really good throw there to get that one in there.
Middle Creek now on 3rd and 10.
Well, they definitely will want to try and get first down here. I mean,
Yeah.
they have to punt it if they don't.
Sean Brown's going to look to pass, and he will drop back in the shotgun
I like
formation.
this 3-stack.
He's under a lot of pressure.
He's
He'll
gonna-
break free. Still going. And he gets first down. I think he has.
And he's got it. Incredible job.
That was excellent. That was Cam Newton-esque.
Yeah,
Sean Brown.
Sean Brown he was running on the jets there. He was going fast.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about Dax Hardy earlier with the legs. Sean Brown showed he's got some for his arm. I mean, might not have the stats for that, but, I mean, he's great with his legs, can really get out of tough situations. That really should have been Middle Creek punting there, but Sean Brown made something.
That's a massive lift for the entire offense from their quarterback there. That's leadership.
Middle Creek now has passed midfield. They're on the 48-yard line.
The 3-stack here with Horton in motion here. Going to see a
Cut
run
inside,
here
we're
from
gonna see
Anthony
a run.
Robinson.
Oh, he's going to get nothing there.
Try to cut it outside. He had blockers, but
Knightdale
go
read
up the
that play
middle.
really well.
They did, yeah. We've seen that a few times, maybe from both teams' defenses. They seem to be very aware of what's going to happen coming in, almost more than you would even see in a conference game. So there's definitely been a lot of research done going into this.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, these teams actually do run some of the similar plays. As we see
they
a
really do.
great
That's an
completion
excellent.
here.
Jamori Ellis with another great play there on that spin move after the catch. We've seen some good work from him tonight.
He's having a great game, yeah.
Yeah, an incredible pass there by Sean Brown. They were sending heat. There was a guy screaming right at him, like right there on him, and a great job by Sean Brown. A good throw, too, in a tight window.
Yeah, Sean Brown's been great.
So a good connection there. And it's always good because now this opens up to different receivers because sometimes Jamori's just out because they'll double him or put a faster corner on him. But Jamori's definitely in this game, and he's going to be putting in a lot. He looks to be Sean Brown's main connection right now.
I think he is, and that's an excellent run there. They're going to get first down.
Great handoff to Robinson. Robinson, just an incredible start here, and, man, that's what you want. You can get the pass game going and the rush. I mean, Middle Creek will be in good shape.
And Middle Creek, they pretty much rely just on Anthony Robinson on the run, other than maybe a Sean Brown rollout. But that's a lot different than Knightdale, but it has seemed to work for the Mustangs tonight.
Yeah, and same thing for Knightdale. You know, I mean, if it's working, why change it? And both of these defenses, as we've said, they've had a good game in the anticipation way, but they haven't really been able to. That's a good deflection.
Ball tipped up at the line, and when you see the ball tipped up like that, a little
That's
scary.
scary.
Coach's heart's probably sunk a little bit. I'm a little bit worried, but falls to the ground at ease. No worries.
Yeah, it seemed as if no one on the Knightdale in their linebacker or defensive line saw where that ball was deflected, so no chance for an interception.
Well, the pass was going to the right side of the field, and the ball ended up on the left. That's tough to read.
Yeah, very. He's got a few options out right. He's going to run it.
And
Good handoff, and is he just a yard short? If
Great
not,
run.
he's made it.
a great run by Anthony Robinson. You see that
about that?
momentum he came in on that rush.
Yeah, great job there. Tough to tackle. Great job there by Anthony Robinson, bringing up a nice little 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 situation.
25 yards to goal.
And the Middle Creek kicker, Hunter Holmes, has been really strong this second half of the season. He can hit field goals from this range, but I'm sure the Mustangs are going to want to get a first down here and go for more than just 3 points on this drive.
Definitely. I mean, with only 3 yards to go, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to, based off the previous plays in this drive. They're going to run it again.
You see a good handoff to Robinson, but it's not going to be good enough as he stopped at about the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah. I mean, he even lost a yard, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like they're keeping the offense out. And we should be in for an interesting play call here.
This will
Fourth
be a
downs.
fun one.
Yeah, 4th and 4 on the 26. What will the Mustangs run?
We're looking at what looks like a pretty block-heavy
They're
set.
just going to try and...
He's going to go to Horton,
Horton!
and it will be a first
He
down.
will make that, definitely.
The screen passes to Sean Horton are always good, and we will see a lot of them. Big first down there on 4th down.
I think that connection between Sean Horton and Sean Brown is probably the most reliable on this Middle Creek offense, so especially on 4th downs. That's what you're going to look to see.
Yeah, and we're back in the goal or the red zone almost, looking for Jamori Ellis again.
Yeah,
Tough to cover.
He's the danger man in the air.
He's back on that left-hand side where he's been great all night.
Well, we've seen some great blocking from the wide receivers, too.
Better left winger than Cristiano as he catches that one, but gets just toppled over there.
That play call was almost like the same one we saw in the Jamori Ellis touchdown, but the Knightdale defense was pretty quick to read on how that route was going to be run.
Yeah, and they're not going to make the same mistake twice, not at a playoff game at least, or you'd hope.
Yeah, they're running a more split setup here. On the first thing that we saw 3 over on the one called back. We saw 3 to make sure they got that pass off, but there were 2 defenders on him already. And we're definitely going to get a flag. Looks like it's going to be a false start.
Offsides on Knightdale.
Yeah, okay, good. That's 5 yards.
Still a second down for Middle Creek.
2nd and 5, and you're looking dangerous. You're on the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they're looking on for the play, looking for something.
Middle Creek might be looking to double their lead.
Yeah, only with 5 yards to go, it's a better chance that they run the ball here.
They've decided they're going to go all the way into the end zone, and that is so close for Jamori Ellis.
Yeah,
The pass is just a little bit too low for him to get his hands on.
Yeah, and a tight window there. 2 defenders in the area. One with a chance to play the ball, but was behind him. I mean, Jamori had a step, but that's a really tough pass to make.
I mean, you got to admire them for going for it, though. You know, you've just been given 5 yards. Might as well go for it in the end zone. See if you can get a touchdown.
And we could see a run here, but I don't think so. We're probably looking at a screen possibility. When we have Sean Horton in this formation, we definitely look for the screen here to Sean Horton.
And you called it. There's Sean Horton. Will he get the
don't-
first down?
Yeah, he's
got
got
the
it. He's
first
got the
and
first
more.
down.
Inside the 10 now. A great play
First and
call.
goal.
That was about 5 yards after contact there from Sean Horton.
That was
Really good work.
excellent. Well, they've been putting in the work on the training grounds with the weights.
Oh, yeah, and they've got another big first and goal here back in the red zone. Punched it in early. Another thing to look out for, especially on the 1. Joey Maya is an absolute beast on the 1 yard line.
Look at
I
that
mean,
run.
it's
He's
really
gotten
tough.
through.
And Brown is going to get no gain with it, although he ran a long way to make that for 0 yards.
Well, the Middle Creek coaches are not going to be happy to see that. Three or four Knightdale players on top of their starting quarterback. They're not going to want to see that too many more times.
No, don't want to see that at all.
And back on Bryce's point earlier, if you can see Middle Creek go closer inside the 3, 2, 1 yard line, look to see Joey Maya on the run. He's got 3 touchdowns this year.
He'll be looking to make it 4 today.
Good cut there by Robinson, but it's still going to result in what looks like a loss.
Yeah, I believe that is a loss. Well, they are going to go to 3rd down now.
3rd and about.
I'd say 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gotten forward.
Looks like some
3rd and 6.
frustration between Sean Brown and his offense here. Most likely going to see a pass here on the 8 yard line. 3rd down.
Well, I mean, once it gets this tight, it just gets all clogged up. Running it sometimes is the better option. I don't believe at this moment it is.
Brown drops back.
Excellent pass. Can he go all the way? That's a little bit of a stutter there from, I believe that was number 15, Sean Horton. Little bit of a stutter in his step, and he hasn't been able to make it all the way in.
Darius Suggs on the gain there.
Yeah, he caught the ball well, but there was nothing there. I mean, he was just kind of swallowed up in the middle. It's not really what you want to see, but we will see something that Middle Creek fans will like, and a possible chance for 3 points on the board here.
Yeah, 23-yard field goal attempt from Hunter Holmes on this left hash mark. Placeholder.
Chip shot here, but you never know, man.
Adam Schmidt with the placement.
Almost blocked. Was it blocked? It's
He
good.
barely
Just
gets the
good.
chip shot in.
And Hunter Holmes barely put that over the field goal.
He'll want fish with those chips.
Straight chip there.
That was he did the minimum there, but it works out, and it's going to be a 10-5 lead for the Mustangs.
It doesn't matter, man. It worked. But
Yeah, if it goes in, it goes in.
was not the prettiest thing.
No, and I didn't want to know if that maybe was tipped. Yeah, just, put your laces through. If you lean back, you're going to get it through from there. If you lean back and put your laces through, it's not necessarily a toe punt scenario that you need.
Yeah, a little huddle here at midfield for Middle Creek, getting into it, up by 5. Turned it around really well, and I'll pass it over to Charlie.
Alexa, start the Sports Block podcast. With Amazon Alexa skill on the Amazon Alexa device, you can play the game anywhere. It's as easy as that with the Amazon Alexa skill. Brought to you by the Sports Block podcast.
That was Amazon Alexa. Once again, the Sports Block, the only high school broadcasting club that has been given this opportunity very generously by Amazon and by the Alexa Foundation.
Oh, yeah, and you can watch it anywhere. I mean, you could be cooking dinner, pull it up on the Amazon Echo device. Got a lot of options out here, and I mean, if you can't come out to the game tonight, you can listen to it anywhere, and I feel like that's a great opportunity for them.
Yeah, and they put it up to full volume. You can hear the world's best.
The Creek Crazies out there in the background.
It's not going to be a squib. Maybe it is. It's just a low kick there from Hunter Holmes.
And a dangerous return here.
What a good return.
Jermaine Cox III takes it out to about the 40-yard line.
Has no touchdowns on returns, but looks to be doing just fine today.
Yeah, he's not doing
kind of a
bad.
decent position.
He might be trying to add that touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, tonight's probably the best night you can get.
Tough to tackle in this cold weather.
Oh, yeah. Tough to hold on to the ball. We might see another fumble here from Knightdale. They've been all over these fumbles. They've been recovering them, but don't like coughing up the ball.
You can't gamble forever. You can't gamble and win forever. And he's maybe picked up 5
Keeping
yards?
him up.
He's stuffed there.
Yeah, they were keeping him up, trying to rip it. But
was
whistle
never
blown,
getting through.
5 yards. Good gain there on first down. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, from number 32, Josh Scott. We haven't seen much of him tonight, but good momentum and a good run there for Josh Scott.
Well, and we'll be seeing a lot of different running backs. If you run every play, you're not going to have one running back.
Yeah.
He won't be there by the end of the season if you do that.
Oh, yeah.
And Joshua Scott does take it again. About 2-3 yards there. It's going to be a 3rd down for Knightdale with around 2 minutes left in this first half.
And there's probably a pretty high chance we're seeing another run here. Now, we were talking earlier about the possible diversity here with Knightdale and the rest of the conference, but we're seeing a Fuquay-esque kind of team here where they run the ball a lot. And they have good running backs and a great O-line, but you got to start
how long does
switching
that
it
work?
up.
How long does that work?
Doesn't
against
work
this
that
Middle Creek
long.
defense?
That's why, I mean, both teams beat Fuquay.
Well, it worked here.
And, I mean, clearly the better rusher of the two, especially at least on that night. But it's very similar play style from what I've seen. And
Well, like I mean, you just physically cannot sustain the levels that he's been at in this first half and in the second quarter. By the time that it gets to the fourth quarter, it would be very interesting to see them running it as much. I mean, you'd almost have to resort to throwing it unless he was just a peak athlete.
And that's where Knightdale kind of runs into a wall. I mean, you got your quarterback who's been amazing all year. I mean, threw 8 touchdowns, 701 yards, and he's got a ton of rushing yards.
So wobbly pass into the air, and it's picked off.
A big-time pick there by Middle Creek.
Tyron Belcher. And
incredible.
Pass was intended toward Evan McCray, but no chance there.
And now, interesting statistic. Cameron Spellman has thrown 2 passing attempts. 1 was completed and 1 was intercepted. So as we were saying, you know, they do like to keep that run type of style. Are we seeing why?
Yeah. I mean, they definitely were looking for that deep ball. I mean, try to catch him off guard. It was a decent play call, but he definitely overthrew that, maybe got a little bit of the jitters there. And just a great, really athletic play there by Tyron Belcher.
I mean, it was a wobbly pass. It was too high. That was never going to find its man.
We're going to see a good run, a hole for Robinson.
And that ball went around his back. Anthony Robinson pulling out the basketball moves.
He will not see a penalty
5-star
here,
skills.
But behind the back move, he held on to it. In this cold weather.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's risky. That's bold. Very bold there by Robinson.
He'll be adding that one to the huddle.
And only a minute left in this first half. We'll see if Middle Creek tries to just run down the clock, or go for a late full field push.
I mean, I'd say after first down on the first rush,
destroy their confidence.
Yeah, go for it. You can they get the ball to start the half, so you want to have at least the score lead on them. And I mean, every point counts. So I feel like with how Middle Creek's playing, they want to try it. As we see a good pass.
Oh,
and they're going to call it a fumble. That has to be an incompletion.
There's no way that he had.
Looks like number 18, Adam Schmidt, just got laid the boom there.
And there's not going to be a flag. It looked like he might have gone straight for the helmet. That did not look like a fair tackle, but very tough to see. I mean, that is not good to see at all.
And I don't see any yellow flags on the field. Clean hit.
Well, that's debatable. Charlie Austin would have a few words.
Very tough. And, I mean, that's a defenseless receiver. I don't know. It's a tough call to make always, and you could just call it a hit.
Brown,
not great to see.
Nope, that's not Schaffner.
Jamori Ellis with a spin move.
Schaffner left 2 years ago.
And almost ran backwards for the past couple of yards of that play.
Yeah, he's definitely an east-west guy. You see him moving across the field a lot, but really that speed's what you want to use. He's got speed, really good speed, and we will see a timeout here by Middle Creek to get everything sorted with a decent position.
We're going to go ahead and take a break with 47 seconds left on the clock. Middle Creek lead 10-5. Welcome back to the Sports Block once again. I'm Braden Maxwell, alongside me Bryce Herring and Charlie Reeder. Middle Creek leading 10-5. They don't have a scoring lead over them. Obviously 5 points in this game and in this sport is really nothing. But this would be good going into the half.
And everyone that's watching so far, maybe on your Amazon Echo device, has been seeing a great game so far. So always good to see. And that's what we want in a playoff game, as we see a handoff to Robinson as he chugs along for some good yardage on what looked like nothing for a great first down.
Yeah, and even the tackle there looked like he gave him an extra 2 yards, pushed him over that first down line. So with only 40 seconds remaining in the half, Mustangs pushing down this field.
Middle Creek looking to get something out of this, trying to hurry up, but
just over 30 seconds left on the clock. Brown is going to be sacked. He was never getting out of that.
No, and this could see the end of the quarter here. Middle Creek might just, call it a quarter.
Yeah, you might as well just call it a half. And
I mean, maybe throw it up. What's the risk in that?
Brown limping out of the play there.
yeah, he's not looking too good. At least he'll have a halftime rest right after this play if they even decide to play it with 5 seconds left.
And we're going to see Middle Creek walking it off here. Great half for them. Really adjusted well and a lot of momentum on their side going into the second
Well, it
half.
started off very weak for Middle Creek, but they did pick up after a while. Once again, this has been the Sports Block first half of coverage of Knightdale. They're visiting Middle Creek Mustangs.
Folks, pull out those 50-50 raffle tickets. In a couple minutes, I'm going to throw out a number for you.
How's that for you? Just leave the cameras there. I've done it a couple times.
Also, if you want a program, there's a number on the back of the special insert. I'll also be calling out a number of that tonight as well. For a $50 gift certificate to be used with Michelle Chops Photography.
Let's check that. And Silva staff.
I was. That was totally intentional. That was so cool. No problem. Good to see you, Jared. Take care. Thanks.
welcome back to the Sports Block's live coverage of Middle Creek, where they're playing the number 11 seed Knightdale in the first round of this playoff.
Yeah, we've had a great game so far. I mean, 10-5, been an absolutely incredible game. I mean, the score doesn't show it, but the run game really takes it out. And this half, sponsored by Amazon Alexa. The Amazon Alexa Skill is the device that we would like to go, and the Amazon Echo device attaches with that. Alexa, start the Sports Block podcast. With Amazon Alexa Skill and on the Amazon Echo device, you can play the game anywhere. It's as easy as that with the Amazon Alexa Skill, brought to you by the Sports Block podcast, one of the only high schools, or the only high school, with Amazon Echo devices linked with it. Oh.
In North Carolina. Big honor for the Sports Block, obviously been around for a while. But let's talk about the first half of this game. A lot of running. Can we expect to see the same thing in the second half?
I think Middle Creek might start seeing the run a lot more, you know, because, I mean, with the lead, you're going to want to burn some clock. And Knightdale, if it gets out of hand, they really can't go to that run because you saw we didn't have a ton of action in that first half because Knightdale really shortens the game. And I think that's part of their plan. But when you're down like that, that really puts you in a bad spot. Charlie, what you got for it?
Yeah, and Knightdale's going to have to try to, like, get away from that running game for a little bit because Cameron Spellman, 2 attempted passes tonight. One of those passes was intercepted. The other one was just totally out of reach of his wide receiver. Both of his passes from the southpaw have been very wobbly, no spiral, and they really need to get into that passing game if they want to bring back this game, and it just looks like they're really struggling at it, so it's going to be tough for Knightdale.
I agree. I mean, they started off on the front foot. Hunter Holmes getting ready to kick, but they did start off on the front foot there with their run game. But now that Middle Creek, they just expect it with every single play and every single drive. That's what they're expecting now. So we were talking about the versatility of this team. Maybe they need to show it here.
Yeah, and I mean, if you don't run the ball, I mean, our corners are playing incredible and working
Another
with it.
squib. He's going to bounce quite a lot there. They will get it, and he'll be taken down.
Good tackle there. Behind the 35 at around the 33. Not bad.
Brandon Romero picked that one up around the 33-yard line. Knightdale will be taking this ball from their own territory starting the second half.
I really do want to see what they do here. I mean, if you're going to be playing with this quarterback foreseeably, maybe even next year, but let's just focus on this season throughout the rest of the playoffs, getting through this game into the next ones. You want him to throw it more to get more comfortable on the ball, to try and find that chemistry with his receivers. But at the same time, do you risk it whenever you're 5 points down? Apparently not.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to stick with the run as much as possible. I mean, you've seen 2 passes, one of them overthrown and both of them overthrown.
Yeah,
one led
I think
to a
so.
pick. So, I mean, that's not what you want to see. And, I mean, Knightdale's definitely focusing on tonight. Tonight is the night. You knock out the 6th seed Middle Creek, a tough team even at a 6th seed. They want this win.
I don't think that the number 6 really defines the players that are out there for Middle Creek. This is a good team that maybe just didn't turn it on all season.
Well, and anyone can beat anyone. I mean, it's not like the seeds mean that much.
They mean nothing.
Muhammad gets the handoff again to around the 39-yard line. Still going to need around 4 yards for Knightdale on this third down. We'll see if Spellman hands it off to Muhammad again. That's what they've been doing all night. But he also might look for number 32, Joshua Scott, who had a really good set of rushes on a certain series back in the first half.
Honestly, I think they're going to keep that up until it just becomes unsustainable, until he physically cannot continue to push through that line.
We could be seeing a unique play. Spellman went over to the coach before this play, so who
okay,
knows what
interesting.
we're seeing.
He threw it. That is unique. They will get first down. It's his first completed pass of the game. I think they'll pick up quite a lot of yards there.
And Darnell Jones wasn't able to make that tackle just around the first down marker, and it's going to be around a 25-yard gain for Knightdale.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it. That's basically Middle Creek's play right there. They had the guy blocking and just rolled him out for a little screen play, and it worked really well there for him.
Do you think they talked about that at halftime? Listen, it worked against them more than once. Why not try it yourselves?
And it's the read option that is the first pass for Knightdale tonight. And like you said earlier, we might not be seeing one in the second half, and there we go. First pass in the second half.
We'll see a handoff here for some good yardage here on first down.
It's been brought back very far. It looked originally like he could have had first down at one point.
Yeah, he could have. But swallowed up there by about 5 guys from Middle Creek. I don't think you're pushing through all that.
Yeah, no way.
And Nikolai Muhammad coming off the field for this play. So we'll see if they either hand it off to someone else. Looks like number 23 in the backfield.
And we should look out for a lot more screens in the second half because, I mean, it's a safe pass. That's the one thing. There's not a huge risk with it. Your only risk is a corner jumping it. So,
Well, we did see that originally happen to Middle Creek.
yeah. But that's a tough read. And, I mean, if you bite wrong, I mean, you're in bad shape.
Yeah.
Joshua Scott with the handoff, and just short of the first down.
He's going to be stopped about 2 to 3 yards out.
So we what, 3rd and 2 maybe?
It's the same as the one before, back on around the 40-something yard line. So we'll see how they react to this again.
And also in the backfield on that second down was Travion Cooley. We haven't seen him since one of the first plays of this game when he got injured. So he's back. So that's the 4th rusher for Knightdale that we might be seeing in the second half. So more options for Knightdale.
Yeah, for the start here, though, I mean, Nikolai Muhammad has really been a lot of their firepower. As we see Spellman.
Spellman, he's got good legs on him, doesn't he? What he lacks maybe in passing ability today, he's definitely made up for on the ground.
He is kind of holding that ball like a loaf of bread, though. And you see him getting slung around there. He fumbled what could have been a fumble and a really costly fumble early in the game. That's one thing you got to look out for. And he's inexperienced a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
this is his first game, so you got to watch out for that. I mean, as a quarterback, it's not the worst thing in the world to just go down.
Yeah, definitely not. We maybe saw an instance where Sean Brown should have done that. Didn't lose the ball, but definitely risked an injury over there.
When you're already struggling with the second-string quarterback, you don't want a third string out there.
And Travion Cooley gets his first handoff since that first quarter. Still around the 28-yard line for Knightdale.
I can't really figure out why, but it seems like Muhammad's just really doing it all for Knightdale. He's
carried them.
His whole explosiveness. And Knightdale really need to, get that versatility going. These other running backs are just getting swallowed up.
Cooley with the handoff there, and he's
going to lose massive
taken
yardage.
down.
He actually fumbled it, but
looks like that was after his knee went down, but around a 4-yard loss for Cooley there. And Knightdale needs Muhammad back on the field. Ever since he's coming off, it's been bad.
Big read by Joey Maya. Just knew it was going there, and you're not breaking a tackle on Joey Maya. That's a tough task.
Oh, definitely.
A great read there by him. We're seeing the whole team go over to the coach, so we could be seeing a pass here. It's what it was last time.
Number 7 still not on the field. Nikolai Muhammad.
Oh,
so it looks like
pass.
Travion Cooley in the backfield, but looks like Spellman might be looking for a pass here.
Yeah,
just get his confidence boosted. I mean, you need it not only for this game, but as I said before, for the other games, he's just tossed that one up.
And
deflected by his own team.
A very weak screen pass. And
that was uninspiring, to say the least, coming from the offense.
Great pressure there by that Middle Creek D-line. Really everywhere. Immediate pressure. They block the running back, make sure and maybe get a little extra help.
Well, at 7.5 minutes into the first, or left in the first half, I said Knightdale have been all over Middle Creek. We're now 7.5 minutes into the second half, and it's just the exact opposite.
And the punting formation will come out. Muhammad back on the field for the punt unit.
And the punter.
He's going to have to get this one right.
One of the scariest things that Knightdale's had so far. An incredible punter. And, I mean, he's got it all. Man, he's been their top rusher, too.
And
the high snap, and we do have a whistle before the snap. And that's going to be a delay of game on Knightdale. They'll be pushed back to the 37-yard line. And if they weren't sure about punting, they're for sure now.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, that almost makes it an easier decision as to what to do.
I don't think that delay of game was intentional, but it's not the worst thing in the world because, I mean, I feel like he almost booted the other one. I know he got it to the one, but it looked a little long, and he's got good roll on it. And so this could cause, could help him out.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get that into the end zone.
He has the power to get it there. We've seen it, but it is a high snap. He's going to be kicking this around the 50.
That is a
beautiful kick.
It's a beautiful punt, and it is going to roll back inside the 5, right to the 1-yard line.
That is an
and
excellent
he's done it again. A very poor snap. I mean, he had to jump. He's athletic, so, that's not a problem for him, but incredible. Got him back on the 1.
They have done that high snap every single time. Does he prefer it there, maybe? I don't know.
Might. And that's his second punt inside of the 1-yard line. Will we see another safety for Knightdale?
That was excellent.
The most incredible thing is he, jumped in. He caught it, landed, and then jumped up to punt it again. I mean,
I'd have been proud of that save. That was good.
It was everywhere.
And flag is out.
Did he get him to jump?
False start.
False start
against the offense.
And if Middle Creek wasn't pinned back already, they're going to be nearly touching that.
Down to that
goal.
half.
They're going to have a real hard time.
Probably 6 inches.
And last time we saw Middle Creek on the 1-yard line, before it led to the safety, we saw a lot of passing and incompletions, and that led to a 3rd down on the 1-yard line. I think they're going to try to rush the ball here to prevent the mistakes of last time.
Yeah, you almost have to. I mean, if you spend too much time getting flustered looking for a pass, you know what's going to happen.
Well, and Robinson's been very effective. I mean, yeah, it might be a little predictable to run it on the line, but he's been really good, and he gets it out to, a reasonable play scenario now.
Well, I'd rather be predictable than concede another safety.
And that defensive line got right through the offensive line, but a good job by Robinson splitting that D-line. And
I don't really know how he got out of there.
Looked like a safety was incoming again.
I mean, the one thing, when you send everyone like that, he gets by him. That could be some big yardage.
He's going to throw it. Sean Brown here finds his man excellently, and it'll be 1st down.
Beautiful to Adam Schmidt across the middle.
All the way out to the 24-yard line. That's going to be a Middle Creek 1st down.
That's a great completion and a really well-designed play there. Opened up the middle of the field. There was some pressure on Sean. Handled it perfectly. Just kind of stood in the pocket. Great job there.
Yeah, well, from the first drive of the game, the Knightdale drive, Middle Creek offense was looking very good. Middle Creek defense.
Sean and a poor pass on the run to Sean Horton.
That's the 2nd time he's put it maybe just a little bit too low and ahead of his man. You just want to look out for that.
Yeah, that pass was attempted towards Sean Horton. It looked like it might have been a good look to run the ball there for Sean Brown, but they didn't lose any yards there, so it's not the worst.
The one thing you see in, like, Aaron Rodgers, he's got that receiver open. He does that pump fake, and you could really get a lot of yards. Even if you're pump faking like 5 yards down the field, it can work really effective, and that,
He's
that
going
might
to
have
rush,
been a good idea.
and he will lose yards here. Maybe
And
3
a sack
yards,
from
4
number
yards.
1, Aeneas Pebbles, the junior, the 6'2 junior. That's a sack for against Sean Brown.
He's massive.
Sean nearly got away from that, but great speed there to, not let him escape, and a really good sack and a big one there to maybe stop that Middle Creek drive here.
Oh, yeah, he was never going to let Sean Brown get through there.
Brown drops back.
Flag is out
Pressure,
somewhere.
and it looks
and
like it'll be
he gets
holding.
hit hard.
I think
That's
it
a loss
will.
of a
It was
couple
right out there.
yards.
Or it could be maybe, we see it on the side, not in
It's
the
way off on the
hold.
sideline.
Could be.
This could be totally unrelated to the play.
It could just be picked up here.
Let's see.
Oh, illegal formation or false start. So that play won't even count.
Yeah.
So that tends to
That
work
almost helps
out.
him.
Oh, it will be declined.
Okay, thought so.
You can decline that.
It will be 4th down for the Mustangs, though. The punting unit and Hunter Holmes will come out.
Well, he's definitely not going to be able to get it to the 1 from here.
No, Holmes going to be kicking this around his own 7, 8 yard line. And he's going to try to hopefully pin them back around the 45, 50 yard line.
Yeah, he's going to want to spread it out here. I mean, you don't want to kick it right to him. Make him run, but, I mean, you really got to work on, you got to make sure you get some distance on this.
Another high snap. Maybe not as high as Knightdale went for it. It's a good punt. It's not going to hit his own teammate this time, so that's a plus.
It's going to go out around the 43 yard line. And so Knightdale already in the Mustangs territory with 6 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
That's a fine punt, but, I mean, it's not great. It's a tough spot to be in, and they were all over him, but definitely not what Hunter was looking for there. Trying to probably pin him back a little further, but the Middle Creek defense should be able to hold up just fine.
I think so.
I mean,
They've looked strong throughout the entire game, not only this half.
Spellman back at quarterback for Knightdale.
run here up the middle.
And
What
it's
a
a
run. How?
great run.
The fumble was definitely caused by the ground.
Yeah, there's no way.
100% down.
Taken down by number 2, Joey Meyer.
Travion Cooley. Looks like his right ankle looks to be a little injured.
He is limping off.
And that would be a 2nd injury of the night if
And
it
he's
was.
been
Rubbing
very,
the
very
back of his
important.
leg. Not what you want to see.
Oh, it is a
and now he's
cramp.
down.
He's down.
And that's 2nd one for Travion Cooley tonight. We wish the best for him.
Yeah, he may have just pulled something in his calf by the way he went down. Hopefully nothing too serious for him. We are going to go ahead and take an injury break. You're watching the Sports Block.
Yikes. And welcome back to the Sports Block. We're here in the third quarter with the score 10-5, Middle Creek lead with Knightdale driving. And I'm going to toss it over to Charlie for a little bit.
And this game has been brought to you by Amazon. Alexa, start the Sports Block broadcast. With Amazon Alexa skill on the Amazon Echo device, you can play the game from anywhere.
And we're going to see short yardage down here, but it doesn't look like he'll get the first, making it a 3rd and short here.
Just a little update on that injury. By the way that it was being treated during that timeout, it does look like it was something in his calf. You would much rather see that than something in the ankle, because that's easily fixable.
Yeah, second injury of the night is not good. Don't want ever to have that, but
he's been their best player so far, one of their best players. I would not be surprised to see him back on the field if he feels comfortable.
probably.
And a big 3rd down here and 1. Looks like it's going to be handed off to Muhammad, and he will get the first down.
He is
Just
strong.
can't wrap him up.
Another really high snap. That one well above his head.
Yeah, the one thing that's always said, I mean, you don't notice a snapper till he messes up.
Yeah.
And it's not been his best night. Has not caused any fumbles, but put him in some tough spots. I mean, that could have easily been a loss of maybe 3 or 4 yards, putting them in a tough position here in a situation they need some points. You don't want to go into the 4th down ever, but
well, it makes you appreciate Griff Barlow from Middle Creek, who rarely has a mistake, especially not on every single snap in a game.
Yeah.
Muhammad with a good rush in the left, but we see 2 flags
see a hold,
come out.
most likely. This is probably coming back.
A lot of flags on the play.
It will most likely be back on holding. I think that's what you said, Bryce. Yes, holding against.
And we're going to see a holding. You see a running play. You see a flag go out most of the time.
You know what it is.
It's a holding. And that's tough to see because I feel like that hold wasn't needed.
Yeah, and that's a bad one to concede if you're Knightdale.
I mean, he had 6 yards. I mean, 6 yards on first down is what you really want at least. And really, I mean, you don't think about it. You always want that big play, but that costs them. Holding's very tough.
It's something that's almost stupid to concede.
Still going to be 1st and 10 for Knightdale at the 30-yard line.
Not bad.
Spellman will hand it off to Muhammad.
Well, you haven't said that today.
He finds a good opening, and that's going to be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Man, I'm hearing Muhammad's name every play.
5 seconds, maybe?
Yeah,
he's everywhere.
He's getting the rushes, he's punting the ball, and he's doing a great job.
He's doing about everything for Knightdale today. I think it's fair to say that. And
a good tackle.
Without him, it would be a very, very different game.
And I think his jersey even shows. You can see all the dirt on it. He's been really grinding out tonight.
That O-line's, feeling it on the inside, though. I mean, a ton of respect to this O-line. Have been incredible. I mean, they're making those runs. They're making that happen, and just a great job by the Knightdale O-line. Protecting their quarterback, too, as we see another handoff to the outside.
Joshua Scott taken down, and that's a great stop from the Mustangs.
That is very good.
By number 34, Jackson Chow.
Well, the
Great
Knights
job,
will want to
man.
try and convert something here. Just get it to first down, really, going in to, I believe it's going to be 3rd and 3. I'm not sure. Maybe 3rd and
It's going to be around a 3rd and 6.
6.
Yeah, if they go for that outside run again, I mean, every time they seem to be doing that play fake off to the run on the left side, they're getting just swallowed up by Joey Maya and the chop out there. Very tough.
And so on the 27-yard line, Spellman and Knightdale are going to be looking for possibly some trickery. It looks like the entire team just went to the sideline.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot, especially on passing downs. So I don't think that's the smartest idea, especially if they were passing again.
Well, the Knights are going to go ahead and take a timeout. This has been the Sports Block. We'll be right back. Both teams are back out. Just a reminder of the score, 10 to Middle Creek, 5 to the Knightdale Knights. And Knightdale have a chance here. It's 3rd down, 6 yards to go.
And,
They haven't looked as clinical this half, have they?
And I feel like it's because of Middle Creek's adjustments, and injury doesn't help. Cooley being out again doesn't help. We're going to see a flag for a false start on the Knights, pushing them 5 yards back for a 3rd and 11.
Things really just crumbling on this drive for the Knights here. I mean, it just doesn't look right.
Yeah, and that puts them outside the 30-yard line, which undoubtedly puts them at a field goal position if they don't get any yardage.
Yeah.
So you're going to see Knightdale really try to get a first down on this exact play.
I mean, I'd love to say that we won't be seeing a run here, but I can't guarantee it. I mean, Knightdale's run on 3rd down, I mean, their run has been very effective. I mean, they've got 15 yards on a 3rd and 20-something. I mean, it's not a terrible
if
play
I'm
call.
Knightdale, even if it's 15 yards, based off what I've seen today, I would much rather run the ball than pass the ball, just based off how clinical one has been.
Sometimes you just got to put it up to chance, and this is a moment where Spellman can really step up and prove that he can do it.
He's going to drop back, look to his right. Here's the
It's a
throw.
wobbly pass, and that one just can't be caught.
He's thrown into a tight window. He's got great defense there, 2 men on him, and there was really nothing there, and I don't really like that decision. I mean, one thing is just forcing it. I'm not terrible on that pass, but he's forcing it. And that you don't want to pick here.
He held the ball for maybe half a second there before he tried to release it to someone who was very tightly covered.
Yeah, Evan McRae, the wide receiver he's been looking for all night. He's had 3 attempts to him, 3 incompletions.
Yes.
Yeah, he just doesn't look – Spellman just doesn't look natural with it. He seems like he's – I don't know. And
Doesn't strike you as a quarterback today.
It's a playoff game, and he seems flustered.
He's out there on 4th and 11. He's going to drop back, look to his right, and it's going to be –
It's tipped up and taken. Oh! He's dropped it. Possibly the easiest catch of the game. Spellman's first.
It's dropped by
Controlled the
Darnell
pass.
Jones, who had his chance for his 2nd interception of the night. But it may be okay for Middle Creek because they're going to have the ball at the 31-yard line.
I mean, in my opinion, that was 100% a pick 6.
That has to. Yeah.
That was a
Well,
pick
okay.
6.
The entire left side of the field was wide
The
open.
entire left side of the field was gone. And
You've got to catch that.
You know, he's going to be kicking himself about that because, you want to tip it up. It's tip drill. But, man, that's tough. And a great catch by Jamori Ellis and a great move on the outside to get past.
He's still
the
going,
50.
and he'll be out of bounds now. But I want to go back to that earlier pass. Once again, it's extremely wobbly in the air. While that may just seem like an aesthetic thing, that's very important for whenever you're trying to catch the ball, especially under pressure. You want a ball that's going to go straight into your hands, nice spiral. That's part of passing.
Middle Creek's defense there was genius, though. I mean, you see that he's under pressure. He seems frustrated. They sent a lot. And they threw in a triple coverage, and you could tell that quick read was not what he was looking for.
Definitely not.
And he threw in a triple coverage there, just right to Middle Creek.
Took a serious tip, and they very much were lucky not to concede a pick 6.
Yeah.
A loss for a couple of yards there for Robinson. But after that long pass to Jamori Ellis, Middle Creek have already passed the midfield.
Yeah, and we're probably going to see another pass here. I mean, Jamori Ellis has been lights out, and it's just been an incredible showing from him.
They
He's
will
gonna
look
look
for
to
Ellis.
Ellis.
It's just too far out.
Yeah, it didn't look like they were on the same page there. I think they were looking for maybe like a curls or something there, but it just didn't happen. But that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 here. Tough task there. 3rd and long is really how you get points on those drives, though. If you convert a 3rd and 11, you should be getting points.
Well, out of all the passers out there right now, Sean Brown is the one to do it.
Definitely.
He has Robinson out to his left and 4 wide receivers, 3 of them on that right-hand side. Sean Horton, Adam Schmidt.
Will he try and force it out to that
Schmidt
right-hand
over
side?
the
He
middle
will, and
has
it's a
been good.
oh,
And
it's
going to
picked.
be picked off.
They could go far here. He's still going. And finally take it down just at the 20-yard line, maybe the 19-yard line. That was the number 20, I believe, for Knightdale, Reggie Scarborough.
Saving the touchdown.
And, man, Horton, it went off his chest, but chased him all the way down to stop the touchdown. And we really almost saw one of the most incredible turnarounds I've seen. I mean, what should have been a pick 6 on the other end nearly came right back for Knightdale.
And Sean Horton with the drop pass there, not his best work there, and it's going to lead to a big loss of yardage. Knightdale in the red zone already.
Yeah, and you got to catch
That's just
that.
how fast this game can change. A few seconds ago, we were talking about Middle Creek's great field position.
Good stop there. I mean, some decent yardage there again from Muhammad. It's about 4 to 5 yards there. Incredible job, but again, Chop and Maya in there. Been great at tackling. You want secure tackling. Those are the two you need.
Oh, definitely. I would agree.
5-yard gain there is going to put Knightdale on the 15-yard line. Very good field positioning, but based on Knightdale's offense tonight, we might not see 2 more chances in the red zone.
Yeah.
They need to get a touchdown here.
Oh, definitely. They've almost been very lucky to be in the red zone when they have this half at least.
Yeah, a lot of confusion here for Knightdale. Barely getting the playoff, and they're just going to have Spellman run it.
Joshua Scott with a first down, a very good run there.
And really, Spellman could be labeled as just a running back at this point. I don't think they'll be looking to pass too much, but a great job running it.
Yeah,
There's
you
no
know, I
problem
don't
there.
take nothing away from him. He can run the ball very well.
And
maybe next season they'll be looking at him in running back.
It'll come with time. I mean, he'll have the whole regular season. He'll have a whole offseason to sort out his passing. And he's got the legs, and he's left-handed. And, of course, there's a lot of potential there. And I feel like, I mean, maybe even next year we could meet up again. And I mean,
Yeah,
a
12
playoff
years
game
from now.
could be very interesting.
Joshua Scott in these past 2 rushes. The last one for a loss of a couple yards. And looks like this is going to be the end of the third quarter as Knightdale runs down the clock. They're going to be on the 12-yard line, 2nd and goal. And it's still a 10-5 lead after the Mustangs. No score this quarter.
Well, yes, as you said, no score this quarter, but both teams have come very close, haven't they? We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll see you in the fourth quarter. And welcome back to the Sports Block. It's now the fourth quarter, 10-5 in favor of the home side, Middle Creek. I'm going to throw it over to Bryce real quick.
And we'd love to talk again about that Amazon Alexa skill and the Amazon Echo device. Really great to have it implemented and really great to have them sponsoring us. Alexa, start the Last Sports Block podcast, and you can always hear the Last Sports Block podcast on Alexa. With Amazon Alexa skill on the Amazon Echo device, you can play the game anywhere. It's as easy as that with the Amazon Alexa skill brought to you by the Sports Block podcast.
Well, I can tell you exactly what I'm doing whenever I get home, and it's critiquing myself using Amazon Alexa. So thank you to Amazon for that.
And we know everyone in the area is going to want to be listening to this 3rd and 10, 3rd and goal on the 10, and a big opportunity for Knightdale. They really need to get points here.
Oh, yeah, and I think a big factor right now, 3rd and 11. I can hear this crowd, and that's a big factor right now. It's putting more pressure on this Knightdale team, and it looks like we're going to get a delay of game, which is really killer. That puts them back to the 16-yard line.
This Knightdale offense has almost seemed to fall apart in the second half. What looked like a strong unit, only scoring 1 touchdown in the first half, but what looked like a very strong unit in the first half now doesn't even seem like it's the same team.
They seem great in the open field and getting in the red zone, but it just seems like they're shooting themselves in the foot in the red
Well, I think
zone.
this is what both all of us said at the beginning is their style of offense is just unsustainable against a top team like Middle Creek. You can do it for the first half, but you will get tired. It's completely unsustainable, and we're seeing the effects of that now.
Scott is in motion. Spellman will drop back. He's going to pass it to Scott, And
That's
it's
a good
just not going to be enough for the touchdown.
Yeah, and it's tough because, you know, when a quarterback's, you know, he's not feeling confident, he's not looked great, it doesn't put you in a good position. And all they're throwing with him is screen passes, and it's a big call here for the coach to what they want to do. It's 4th and 12. You take the points, go for the touchdown. I mean, 2 field goals puts you ahead, but that's risky. And Sosa's going for it, which is what they're going to do.
Jamori Ellis hyping up, along with Adam Schmidt, hyping up the Creek Crazies over here just to try and throw off.
4th and goal on the 12-yard line.
Make or
Spellman
break
is back.
moment here for Knightdale. Spellman rolls back. He throws it up.
He's
And
dropped
it's
it.
Caught.
Caught.
But did he have possession
It
of
was
it?
Evan
caught.
McCray.
They've given it.
The sophomore Evan McCray, who hasn't been able to get anything tonight, gets the touchdown.
Well, that is excellent.
most-
It looked like, once again, a dropped pass, but he's just taken it off his teammate there. And Knightdale now have the lead.
Incredible. It was such an odd pass. Nobody really knew what was coming, but it bounces off of another wide receiver and right into Knightdale
Mustang.
There's a flag out.
touchdown. Incredible play by Knightdale, and a great job by Spellman to bounce back. I mean,
We see a flag on the field now.
And
It's just sideline warning, so it doesn't matter.
a sideline warning. Very
very
Poor
excessive
to see.
celebration from Knightdale. But Spellman did a great job finding his wide receiver who was open. Unfortunately, that wide receiver dropped it, but
Yeah,
Evan
but-
McCray ends up getting the catch.
Exactly. I mean, you'll take them all.
I don't think the sideline issue there with Knightdale is going to help them, especially with 10.5 minutes left, a ton of football left. And I'm sure the Mustangs are absolutely furious. And, you know, the sideline thing just makes them want it more, and that's never what you want to do.
And that's
I was watching the sideline at the time because I saw something. I think what they've actually called it is one of their players was just running off the field, and he raised up his hand almost as to point at someone in the crowd. That may have been seen as an excessive celebration, just him sprinting off doing that. But really, it just seemed like he was trying to communicate with someone on the sideline.
And I mean, it's fair to be excited. This is a playoff game. This is a huge game, and really
Yeah, I
nothing
mean,
had been going Knightdale's way on that last part
you almost
after a
want to
great
see the
pick.
excitement. You want to see the passion from both teams.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, you know, as a referee, you got to keep it in check, but, I mean, it's a
But
tough
what's
call.
that? Yeah.
It's a tough call.
and we got a 12-10 lead for the Knights, and I think Mustang Stadium is still in shock at what happened on the touchdown.
This might be
Yeah.
the weirdest scoreline I've seen in a while.
This is
12-10.
I feel like I'm watching a baseball game.
You know, maybe 5 minutes into a basketball game or the ninth inning of a
maybe we
baseball
got
game.
10
but-
minutes, 23 left in the first half of a basketball game. Maybe, I don't know, Virginia basketball maybe? Somebody really defensive. I don't know.
Virginia.
But we have Nick Boone going to be kicking it off to either Jamori Ellis or looks like Darnell
Yeah.
Jones in the backfield for the Mustangs.
Well, does that shift the momentum in a large way, or do we still look at it and say, listen, this is a safety away from being a completely different game?
Yeah, well, and the problem is you're up by 2.
Kick. Oh, he's dropped it.
And Sherrod Ray drops it, picks it up at around the 3-yard line, and he's going to try to get out of there.
Does he get out? No, he stuttered. There's a
There's
flag
a flag,
out.
and he's taken down at around the 3-yard line and pushed back into the end zone.
And we
We
could be
almost
a
saw the
safety away from a 4-point lead now after some really odd play going on there.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what we just watched.
It looks
And-
like we're going to have an illegal block on the back, too, so that,
That really doesn't help Middle Creek at this point.
no.
The kickoffs have been a lot stronger for Knightdale tonight than they have been for Middle Creek.
Well, Middle Creek's almost just tried to, pass it along the ground and try and force a fumble. It's not working for them. You would think, Hunter Holmes has a very good boot. He can hit that one up.
Yeah, and we're going to see the Mustangs with the ball on the 5-yard line, their own 5-yard line, so they have a ways to go if they want some
Looks like the
points.
flag was picked up. I don't think they
I
ended
don't
up
think they're actually
calling
going to
anything.
act on it, yeah.
And
He's going to hand it
See,
off.
they
And
don't get it out.
Is that a safety?
It's a
that's
safety.
another safety.
Knightdale's done it again. It's
And we
14 to
ju-
10.
The middle linebacker
We
just
just
ran
said
right through.
it was a safety away from being a different game. This isn't exactly what we meant. But
And-
no, I guess it is a different game.
And this time it's Anthony Robinson, and it's Nikolai Muhammad with the tackle. We've
Are
seen
you
him everywhere
serious?
tonight.
This man is unstoppable.
He
I mean,
has
if we
been-
can pick out a man of the match, Is there any debate?
There's no debate.
He's had over 100 rushing yards tonight. He's had 2 punts inside the 1 yard line and now a safety.
I mean, if I told you that they scored
excellent.
14 points, I don't think you could say that they got, what,
Why don't we try
2
another
safeties,
A touchdown and a field goal.
a touchdown, and a field goal. That's,
yeah, well, it's,
I don't know. I don't think that's traditional. And we're going to have to punt the ball away again.
And it's going to be good field position for Knightdale because it's going to be kicked off at the 20-yard line.
And, man,
Does this signify a real change in Middle Creek football? We've constantly seen them be at the top, winning playoff games and getting to conference finals
Yeah.
as far as they can. This season, regular season, wasn't as strong. We saw the same thing last season, but this regular season wasn't as strong as maybe they'd be used to. Holly Springs winning the conference for, I believe, the first time in their history. Are we really seeing a shift in how the conferences play out?
I mean,
At
the
least this
conference change has really had a big impact. I mean, you got to play Garner twice a year now. You got to play Fuquay twice a year now, and it's tough. It's tough in all sports. And I mean, I think we're seeing more of a distribution of power with the squib quick kick here that doesn't do anything. But there should be an illegal block on number 33. But
And
there's
Coach
gonna be
Randy
no call.
Ragland is getting heated, and he's going to get a flag.
He's going to get a flag. Yes, he will.
And that's
He's being
really
held back
tough
by
to see.
Smith.
I mean,
And Coach threw his clipboard out in the field, and it looks like that's a flag straight on the coach.
there really should have been a block in the back there. I mean, we've got a clear view, and number 33 on Middle Creek, Ben Lever was just completely pushed way out of the way. It wasn't even close to it was right on the ball.
So Knightdale will be getting the ball at the Mustangs' 41-yard line. They're already in scoring position again.
Yeah.
So sideline warning, too.
We've seen it from both teams.
That's not good to see. Just lucky there's
I don't think there's
no
any debate
ejection
on
or
if that one's a
anything.
sideline warning, though.
Oh, that should
Clearly.
100%. But I mean, he was getting upset about a fair thing.
And it's
Yeah, I mean, you understand that, but
a great 10-yard rush by Travion Cooley. And if there was any debate whether Knightdale was going to be running the ball in this fourth quarter, it's gone now because they are going to run this clock down.
And Cooley's back.
why not?
After his second injury of the night, he's still chugging along.
Look, there's still just under 10 minutes to play. But if we take both offense and defense into account, if they can sustain it, why wouldn't they run it? They've been the better team running. They haven't been the better team in the air, but they've dealt with it better, I think. They've dealt with what Middle Creek's thrown at them better, and it's showing.
Yeah, and running's the only option that Knightdale can go to right now. It works in any situation. They're going to go down the field. They're going to run down the clock. They're still winning this game.
No pick chance if you're running the ball.
Yeah, and
So,
we've
I mean,
seen
it's really a safe bet.
and when they're throwing the ball, it seems every pass has a pick opportunity.
Yeah. And it looks like it's going to be a false start, probably.
Yeah, I believe it is.
That's going to push them back 5 yards. I mean,
their third one in 2 drives.
Yeah, if we see anything, though, throughout this game, anything can happen. This has been one of the
It's been a crazy
most
game.
unique games I've ever seen. Just I can't count on what's going on. Some really insane plays going on from both sides. Just really creative. It's been a great game.
This is handed off to Muhammad for about a gain of no yards there, and it's just going to run down this clock.
Puts them at a 2nd and 13 here, and even with the long third down, if it occurs, I don't think we'll be seeing a pass. I don't think they want to do that.
I don't think they do. I wouldn't want to.
I mean, it could be wrong. I mean, maybe he's got some confidence in him. Maybe he just some success, but you never know. You don't know what's going through the coach's head.
I feel very confident that's not going to happen. Of course, it could happen here.
I mean, I didn't think they were going to score a touchdown off of a double deflection, but it happened, man.
Spellman
Never
hands it
know.
off to Muhammad for about a gain of 1. He will be taken down, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 14.
Maya's in there
the Knights.
again. Has just been an absolute great run stopper, really holding it down well. It puts him at a 3rd and 13 situation here. Not ideal.
Nikili Muhammad has been excellent today, hasn't he? I mean, he has been everywhere, like you said, Charlie. In the defense, in the offense, running the offense.
Oh, he can do it all. I mean,
He
we've
really
seen
can.
it.
I'd like to see him try and throw it, if I'm going to be honest.
Muhammad's taken down for a loss of about 2 yards.
Big time hitting the backfield. And that chop again, I mean, that Chop and Maya have just been absolutely insane on stopping the run. It's really helped them a lot, and it's keeping them in this game. There's no field goal here. Middle Creek's got the ball, and they've got a lot of time. There's still a lot of football to play here. Middle Creek really got to hope they're not punned on the one again. Pinned on the one.
Guess who's punting this ball? It's Nikolai Muhammad. Can he get it inside the 1 yard line?
Haven't heard that name tonight.
He's been everywhere tonight. It's not a high snap this time. It's a decent punt,
It's
and
a
that's
good-
going to around.
That's a good punt.
And for him, it's really not a good punt. He only gets
For
it to
him,
the 10.
for him, he's going to go off disappointed. For any other high school punter, that's pretty good. What is it, at the 12-yard line?
Only about the
You won't complain about that, will you?
no, I don't think anybody else would be complaining about it.
No.
When you get 4 punts inside the 20-yard line in one night, you got to be happy about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he can,
He can hit
if
it
they
from
do
anywhere.
end up losing this game, he can walk away knowing that he played to, well, I would guess, the best of his ability, because if not, then he is an amazing player.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he'd definitely be disappointed if it doesn't turn out well for him.
Yeah, of course.
And a
but,
great
I mean,
read by Sean Brown and a good pass to the corner to Sean Horton for a big gain.
Yeah, it's a gain of about 14 yards. Sean Brown leading this Mustang offense. A really good pass to Horton there.
Yeah, great read. He saw the corner kind of falling back, and the linebacker kind of staying up. Nobody really felt it at sideline on that slant.
Pass
This
outside.
one's
It's
to Jamori
dropped and
Ellis,
picked.
and it's going to be picked off.
It's picked off again, and Middle Creek, it's just not coming together for them today, is it?
Well, that's the risk of throwing the ball. I mean, he threw it high, and it's a tough catch, but it's very tough. And, I mean,
That's
it's
a
just
hard
not what
catch
Middle
to
Creek
make
wanted.
for Jamori Ellis up by his forehead, but
And it's cold. I mean, it doesn't help.
Doesn't help you.
and it's a good field position again for Knights. They're on the 30-yard line.
I'd say the one thing that's been the biggest problem in the second half is Middle Creek's gotten too far away from the run game. Anthony Robinson has been incredible.
He's been great. I don't know why they've shied away from him, and a fumble opportunity for Knightdale, but
I believe it's been
a weird play.
I really am not even sure what happened there.
Spellman just took it off the chest and just picked it up and gone. And
Joshua
man, there's
Scott.
some speed.
Yeah, he's fast. He's fast.
And that was actually Joshua Scott in that almost Wildcat formation who took it, and that was a very odd play.
Nikolai. He's going to run it
Scott
again
again.
and just gets bodied.
And his legs get taken out there by Joey Maya all over it.
Yeah,
And
so
I don't
you're not
think-
getting past Joey Maya.
I don't think Joey Maya's happy. He is
I
not
wouldn't.
liking this.
And instead of just handing the ball from Spellman to Scott, it looks like they're just having the snaps go directly to Scott and him just running them himself.
Yeah,
Taking Spellman out of the equation, take out the middleman is what they're basically trying to do, but he can't handle the snap
You can say
great.
it as take out the weak link in
Spellman-
some ways.
Out of the play again, it's Scott again, but not much yards, but he will get the first
He's going
down.
to get the first, and they're going to
They
be
really
in a
just
good
push it
field
through.
goal position.
They get the field goal. Middle Creek have to do something special here on the offense. They haven't put it together. Neither side have really put it together great.
No.
But Middle Creek, obviously, looking at the scoreline, haven't put it together more often.
Yeah, the turnovers have been killer. I mean, while Middle Creek's turning the ball over, Knightdale's just taking their punting. I mean, that puts them in a
They're
good
having it
position.
easy. Knightdale, when they get it where they want it, they're having it their way. The hardest part is getting it there.
And I mean, I'm sure everybody on Middle Creek is just furious and just really feeling what that pick six would have done in a game. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really a game changer right there. That drop pick six really changed the game because from what would have been a 17-5 game ends up in a 14-10 game or a 12-10 game. So
Exactly.
And
it's just little stuff.
we see another direct snap to Scott in that previous play. We'll see if they go for it again. They're in that formation, and that's what they're going to go with, but he gets laid out by Jackson Chop.
Yeah, Jackson Chop was not having any of it there.
Yeah. Chop and Maya are really probably mad at this point about this running
Yeah.
and are just done.
I think everyone's a little frustrated with the Mustang offense, but 3rd and 7 here, a great opportunity for the defense on the 16-yard line. Time's ticking. They need this stop.
I mean, the defense has
3rd
been
and 8.
incredible. Getting in on, they're just running through this O-line like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's making the job of the runners a lot harder, and we saw it made the job of the quarterback a lot harder as well. But once they're getting past that first defensive line,
And
And
a
there
big
is a
hit, and there's
flag.
going to be a holding call, I'm sure, on number 2.
Number
That's-
35, Cameron Davis, with the catch there.
He did well to hold on to the ball as well through the hit. It was hit very hard there.
Big hit. It looks like it'll be a hold on Knightdale.
That's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
And that's going to...
That's an unfortunate penalty to concede.
Still third down.
Say
for
they get it
Knightdale.
up just a little bit. We haven't seen any long distance kicking from them, but they've been good off the kickoffs. Could they
Yeah.
get the field goal here?
The pressure will be on him. I mean, that would be big. And I really like the decision. Back him up here. 3rd and 15 for Knightdale, and that puts a lot of stress on your kicker. That's not an easy kick for a high school kicker.
Yeah, definitely not.
And we might see Knightdale go for the 4th down. It really depends on what happens on this 3rd down, but we do see Spellman out there with Muhammad behind him in the backfield.
Honestly, I go for it if you don't get very far on this one. And look at Mohammed still going.
A
He's
nice
picked up
run.
just what he needed to, though. He picked up just what he needed to. Now they have the option of a kick if they want it.
Gonna put it around a 30-ish, 35-ish yarder.
I believe they are going to kick it. I don't know.
Yeah, around a 35-yard field goal attempt for Nick Boone.
You know what? If you're Knightdale, do you go for it? What's the worst that could happen? You lose it at the 19?
Yeah, that's
Middle
not
Creek
bad.
Haven't
And
shown
this-
that they can even get up farther.
A miss is killer, though. I mean, that really leaves the door wide open for Middle Creek with 4.5 minutes left.
The snap, the place, the kick.
It's good.
It is good.
And he's drilled it.
And the sophomore, Nick Boone, with a great
There's
kick.
a steal there. Puts him up by 7.
I hope that I don't have to play against him next season in soccer.
Yeah, Middle Creek's got to string something together here. And if they want to keep their year going.
There is not a lot of time left in this game. 4 minutes and 18 seconds for the Mustangs, and there's no more dilly-dallying. They need a touchdown down by 7.
They need a touchdown, and they need that extra point.
One
What I've
mil.
seen in this second half, from my opinion, all that Knightdale have to do is stay quite locked down for just a few minutes, really, and they'll get the ball back.
Yeah, I feel like you've got 4 minutes and 18 seconds, and I've been saying it. Anthony Robinson was great. You have time to run the ball here, and I think you got to get back to that.
I think they have to.
They're just dropping
Will
back.
they? We don't know.
They're just playing coverage. They really aren't really worried about the run, and you could really get something out of that run. I mean, the wide receivers have been incredible at blocking all night. You saw it on the Jamori Ellis run around all the way across the field. I mean, should be
also
interesting how they call it.
Think about if Middle Creek do lose this game, or if either team do lose this game, but especially Middle Creek in particular. There are many seniors on this team that have given quite a lot to the team and to the program. This would be their last ever competitive football game.
It's tough to see. You know, every year you have to see it. And I'm sure everybody except one team is really going to go home disappointed.
Yeah,
So,
and I mean, you see it as a player, and you know how it feels for those players.
he boots
because
it down to
whenever you've
Jamori,
been
and
on the field
Jamori's
with
going
them.
to fumble it.
It hurts.
He does pick it up and take it down at the 20-yard line.
Jamori making something out of nothing there. Gets us to the 20. And
I think
should be very interesting. I mean, we've got a drive on the line here with Sean Brown back to win it.
Let's see. He's going to need to produce something special here if he is throwing it.
And I think probably since the past Middle Creek possession, Coach Ragland has probably told Sean to keep those passes a little safer and a little lower. We don't want that same problem happening again.
I mean, what are you told in the backyard when you're playing football? Hit him in the chest. He's been aiming high, and we see a good run here by Anthony Robinson. Just running through
He's
everyone.
pounding. And back to the basics of running the football. Bryce, you were saying it earlier. This is what the Mustangs need to do.
When they have time, it's not like you want to take your 4 minutes, because even with the 4 minutes, you don't want to give them the ball back too quick. I mean, if you give them back with 4 minutes left, they can run the ball down, get a field goal, and
We
really
know Nick
just
Boone can make a
knocked
field goal.
out.
You don't want to let Knightdale win it.
Not at all, no. Sean
Sean's
Brown
gonna-
will look for a pass. It's complete
Good pass
here.
here to Schmidt.
He might get first down. I think he did get
Darius
first down.
Suggs
Oh, yeah.
on the route there.
Middle Creek stringing it together.
And look to see that route a lot this drive. Those wide receivers on the wings cutting through the middle.
Now, if we take a look over to the bench, I believe it's number 23 for Middle Creek. Seemed to be limping quite a bit. That'd be Nashawn Biggs. He's just testing out maybe his
And the attempted
thigh
pass to
And a
Darius
very
Suggs.
poor pass
It's what we just saw last drive. This time it didn't lead to an interception.
Yes, they'll be happy about that.
Yeah, really wobbly pass. You don't really see that out of Sean Brown. He looks a little bit scared on that pass now.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
that's not what you want to see. And they're going to really need to rely on Robinson, who is now coming out for number 1, Sherrod Ray.
will we be seeing Sherrod Ray get a rush here? Or
We could see maybe an end around, but
Wide receiver, so.
no, we will be seeing him get a catch though.
I mean, he is a wide
Done
receiver.
well to stay. How is he
And they
staying
aren't
up?
going to blow the whistle. Kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, they needed to blow that.
Forward
whistle.
progress had been stopped for a good 5 seconds.
There was
He did well. to
5
stay
guys
up.
on Knightdale just trying to strip the ball out of Sherrod Ray's
Not
hands.
what you want to see there, but I mean, refs, you want to just have it play on. I mean, in these last couple moments, it's really just skill.
And there's the route to Jamori Ellis we've been waiting for. First down for the
He
Mustangs.
does not get out of bounds to stop the clock, but that will be just fine for Middle Creek as the clock will stop with the first down.
And that's that route we've been looking for. Jamori Ellis, he's been great all night, but is it on this clinical drive at the end? Can he do his best?
How is this junior, Nikili Muhammad? He's back out there for the defense. How is he not tired? Like, what? He has been literally almost every single play.
Seems like he does it every game.
The Mustangs going with
He
an
must.
Incredible run
must.
there by Robinson, getting 9 yards on first down.
And there's a flag on the field. There's 3. They're everywhere. Sean Brown looks to be a little injured as well.
I believe a
Sean Brown's leg, the
there was an
right
extra
leg,
player on the
does not
field.
look great, but there's definitely a penalty on Knightdale.
Too many players on the field. It's going to be an illegal formation for Knightdale.
Middle Creek is definitely not happy, though. You can take a shot downfield there, and why wouldn't you? Sean Brown, I don't know if he was injured or just really, really mad. He took a knee almost.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that
I don't
was.
know.
He looks fine now.
But it will
But it's not very
be,
confidence-inspiring if he went around and limping, so you never know.
It will
Yeah,
be a
never
first down for
good.
the Mustangs, though, on the 40-yard
Interesting
line.
there, but
2:30 remaining in this game.
and Robinson's going to get swallowed up there. A big tackle there by what looks to be number 24, Deontay Isam. Great play there by the senior. Looking to keep it alive, keep the dream alive of the playoffs, and a great job there to stop him on first down.
Just over 2 minutes left in the game.
2nd and 10. Brown in the shotgun
Got
formation.
Jamori Ellis up top, one-on-one. We've got Sean Horton in motion here. Going to throw it to Horton. Quick one, and it's only about a 3-yard gain, but that's perfectly fine.
You
Middle
can
Creek.
see Sean Horton try to get out of bounds there, but he wasn't able to. Clock's going to keep running.
Middle Creek are getting up the field slowly but surely. This is where Knightdale really need to focus on their defense. Because if they can stop Middle Creek, if they can just force something right here.
This is it. This
The
is
clock
third
is
down.
still
That's done.
ticking. The play took a long time to go.
Oh, when he throws it
He
way
throws it
behind Horton.
backwards.
It's a flea flicker. He's going deep.
Philly!
Oh,
It's Philly! Unbelievable!
Sean Horton, a
it's
baseball
Dylan
player.
Fabisak.
Have you
Sean
ever
Horton
seen
throws an absolute dime into the end zone for a touchdown.
Sean Horton to
My,
Dylan
oh
Fabisak.
my.
Everyone-
Sean Horton has done it.
Everyone thought it was a missed pass, but it was intended.
I was worried he was about to
excellent.
get tackled on the 50-yard line for a pass 10 yards behind
We
the line.
might be going to overtime.
And this is a massive extra point for Hunter Holmes here with just 80 seconds remaining in this game.
And a big extra point. High snap,
It's
and
good.
he's
And
banged
it's good.
it.
It's a tie game.
Brilliant. A minute 20 left.
17-17. This is
for a
where
team that
Nikili
can't-
Muhammad really needs to put it together for his team to keep their dream alive. And this is where Middle Creek need to show why they still are one of the best teams.
Well, on a team that doesn't move the ball down the field really quickly, Knightdale in this a minute 20 doesn't really have the best chances. I mean, they take time. They run the ball. And a minute 20 when the time is really an issue, I don't know what you do on Knightdale. Do you really trust Spellman on the pass? And if you do, that's really gutsy.
That is a lot of, I'm trying to think of the right word, we'll use a Troy Deeney quote. That's a lot of cojones to play that as possibly your last play of the season.
And
a make or break play.
Coach Ragland just pulled that out of the back pocket.
That
no one was
play
expecting
took
it.
forever to
was
line
insane.
up. It took around 30 seconds, almost the whole clock, to get that play set. And now we see why it took so long, because where did you get that? And didn't run that one in practice.
That was crazy.
They've
been watching the Eagles lately.
Must have.
This game isn't going straight to overtime though. Knightdale has a chance to put this ball down the field or possibly turn it over. We've seen a lot of turnovers tonight.
I would be more worried with Knightdale with the ball here, because I don't think you aren't going to be able to run the ball down the field in a minute 20. And do you want to rely on the pass?
Have you seen Nikili Muhammad? He could do anything.
That's true.
Knightdale might just want to take a knee, but then Middle Creek's going to it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here.
It finally works.
It's a little fumble, and who's got it?
And Middle Creek looked to have jumped on it.
The Mustangs have recovered.
And the Mustangs have recovered.
The Mustangs have recovered the ball with
the
a
paid
minute
off. All of the
15
squibs,
left.
all of the nerves.
squib.
And Hunter Holmes' squib has put Middle Creek in its best position to win.
Well, you were saying it might take until the last kick of the game for it to pay off, and it might just have. Middle Creek are in the best position that they've been since kickoff.
They're at the 28-yard line with a minute 16 remaining. Who would have thought this would happen?
All they have to do is get a field goal, and it's game over.
Man, the nerves right now. Anthony Robinson with the run to the outside, and he will be swallowed up behind the line.
I think a minute ago, Knightdale
The question
parents
now.
and families were making their arrangements for next Friday to go wherever. Now this game is completely in the air. Fans who might have been leaving are coming back in. I noticed a few of them were walking out before the touchdown. Maybe got word from their friends that it's back on.
It's handed off to Robinson again.
Also, I
2
don't really
seconds,
like
he's
the
trying to get out of
conservative
bounds.
play here, though. I mean, you can't kick a field goal from here.
Is Hunter Holmes in territory at 47 yards? I don't think so. He's been great this year. He's yet to
That's
miss a
far.
kick.
That's very far, though.
But
If you can make a
47
I mean, you're going to want the clock at 0 if you're kicking from 47 yards out.
yeah, they're
you
gonna
do
try and get
not
as far
want
up as
that.
possible.
We don't want a repeat of what happened in the Iron Bowl.
No. And I don't think anyone will be able to forget what happened in the Iron Bowl.
Sean Brown back to pass. He has nowhere to go.
Rolls
He's gonna
out.
roll
He's looking to make something,
Looks
and
at
he
his
throws it
options.
away.
Ooh, and a little questionable there. Here's 4th down for the Mustangs, but they have to go 12 yards, so it's going to be an interesting decision.
Sean Horton with an incredible play to stop the interception. That really could have been picked.
I don't see Holmes on the field.
And they're
I
gonna,
do. He's on now.
They're going to go for it. They're not going to go for the 12-yard gain. This is a 47-yard attempt for Hunter Holmes with 40 seconds
What
remaining.
would
This
be
could be the biggest
most
kick of his career.
incredible kick.
This will go down in Mustang history if he nails this.
This is definitely, as of right now, the most important kick of his career.
The only
Can Hunter
time.
Holmes?
A timeout will be called. He may not be having this kick.
The only time you're going to hear Mustang Stadium silent is around now.
Yes.
I mean, you can see the players at work, and I mean, a 47-yarder would be the most incredible finish to just an incredible game.
That this would be insane.
And Coach Ragland really not speaking to his team, and that makes me question it. They may not be designing a play for 4th down. It looks
might
like
just be
Hunter
waiting it
Holmes might just be waiting it out.
You know, go for it. Why not? 40 seconds left on the clock, possibly 40 seconds left in your season.
But
Go
the
for
question is, do you want to give up
Go
good
for it.
field position? I mean,
If
they'd
this
only have to go 50 yards
this goes in, that's
40
it.
seconds.
If this kick is missed, Knightdale still has a timeout.
They have a timeout on the clock, but can they get up the field? They don't have good passing game.
And I'm going to
And
stop
there it
you right
is.
there, as there will be no kick.
It was a questionable decision, but 4th and 12, Sean Brown here on the 30-yard line.
I had a good line ready in case it went in as well.
Oh, you're having a laugh, man. There's no way we're kicking a 47-yarder.
Oh,
And we'll see
and they're
Now
gonna.
Knightdale used their timeout.
a Knightdale timeout, so they don't have that timeout now. Maybe get the field goal unit back out there. I don't know. Hey,
This
they lost their timeout.
this game has been crazy from the start to now, and if it does end with just an amazing play, whether it be here in 30 seconds if Knightdale score or in overtime for either side.
And
This
if
has been a weird game.
If you would have told me 20 minutes ago that we'd be here, Middle Creek with the ball in a tie game. I would have said, what are you talking about? Knightdale almost made it a 2-touchdown lead earlier.
They really could have, both teams could have slammed the door on this game midway through the fourth quarter. But here we are, 17-17 with 40 seconds left. It's even, and everything's been brought back.
I'm going to be honest. Whenever Middle Creek got the ball to start this all off, I was skeptical if they'd get a first down by the way they've been playing today. Now, you put this drive together, why not end it with a score?
Well, they've gone back to what worked in the first half, and I think that's why they got the points on the board.
Yes, sometimes you just got to go back to the basics.
Robinson in formation. He's going to go out as a wide receiver, so it is a full shotgun formation for Sean Brown.
And some screaming about possibly motion. But there's going to be a Middle Creek timeout here. Somehow the clock lost looks like 0.4 seconds.
And a little confusion based on the motion there from Anthony Robinson. Most people thought there was going to be a flag on the play there.
Well, the referees are going to talk this one over. I thought that we received.
They can't call a flag after the play though. But man,
they tried that in Cleveland one time, and I don't know if you guys have heard. It didn't work out too well.
Didn't work out.
No.
And I believe after this sequence of timeouts that Knightdale might be only have one timeout and Mustangs might be out of their timeouts.
I don't know if Knightdale has any because they took a timeout in an odd position in the game.
Hunter Holmes is on the field.
And after 3 timeouts, this is it. Hunter Holmes is back.
I might get to use my line.
40 seconds left. The 47-yarder.
Hunter Holmes
could go down in Mustangs history.
Possibly the biggest kick in his career. Hunter Holmes
go silent, man. 47
lines
yards.
it up. The snap. Holmes, and it's right into their body. Can they recover? They have. No, they haven't.
Pick it up and go.
They've already called it off. And Knightdale's going to have it at the 46.
The ball
Schmidt couldn't get it up.
Was never recovered. How could they blow the whistle when the ball was never recovered until Middle Creek picked it up?
I'm
there.
not sure.
I mean,
the referee that called it off was on the other side of the play compared to us. He didn't see that the ball was never recovered.
That is, and Raglan's had some words to them apparently.
It was just under the back of Adam Schmidt.
That ball easily could have been picked up and ran all the way in because there was no one.
Luke McDonald picked up the ball. He could have taken it to the end zone.
35 seconds. The ball is forward.
And
it's deflected.
Spellman gets deflected and like
Sean
on every
Biggs.
pass,
Like
could have been another pick.
Basketball block with that. He got high, a lot of power in that hand to keep it away.
A very nice block by Nashawn Biggs, the sophomore, in this crucial play.
Another pass thrown into triple coverage. Spellman really, you can tell he's not as experienced with these play calls because he's throwing into coverage on nearly every play.
Yeah, really. I think every single throw that he's done, maybe bar 2 of them, has been into deep coverage.
Drop back. He's going to look deep.
Oh, and it's clearly one-handed picked off.
Sherrod Ray.
Broken up by Sherrod Ray.
That was a very good, very good.
Yeah,
that was a good pass. I actually like that idea. He had a step. He didn't underthrow it. But again, there were
that's a hard
3
one to
guys
pull off
there.
anyway.
And I mean, I like that idea. There's not really a high chance he'll get picked, but there was nothing else really in that play.
Go
so
for it. If it gets picked at this point, who cares?
He was looking
You're
for Evan
10 at the
McCray.
45.
Evan McCray's been locked up all night. Although he had the touchdown, he hasn't been able to do much.
Middle Creek's D-line looking for a sack. That would be huge.
It's Joshua Scott, and he's going to get a first
down.
down.
He's going to go all the way. First down.
We have 15 seconds left on the clock.
And the clock will stop here with the first down with 15 seconds left on the 44-yard line. And we might have an injury, but Middle Creek can't really.
There's an injury, so we are going to go ahead and take a break. Finally take a breather here from what has been an extraordinarily busy just period of the game. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. You're watching the Sports Block.
Unless I'm not up on my high school rules, which is entirely. Welcome back to the Sports Block. 15 seconds left.
17-17. This has been an insane game, has it not?
Absolutely mental. And the clock is running. 10 seconds left. Spellman hit as he throws. And
picked. No, it's not picked.
off
Sherrod Ray.
what was nearly a pick six.
And
It could have been.
He only had one defender to beat.
He had one
and
man.
He had the entire field.
And he's a wide receiver, so tackling him in open field, good luck.
Yeah, really.
But 5 seconds left in this game. Cameron Spillman is going to see if he can throw as far as he can, but we know he does not have
If
that arm.
Knightdale is smart here,
They should take a
you
knee.
take a knee. You don't risk a pick six in what has just been the most insane game ever. And Knightdale
Can't
looked
write
to
it
use
off.
their last time out here. So if you're Knightdale, I mean, what do you do here? I mean, is the need what you're just going for there? You just bring it into overtime?
By the way this game has gone,
I
Actually, I don't know.
I think Knightdale has to take this game to overtime because we know, especially in overtime, in high school and college, anything can happen. When they put you at that 25-yard line, we saw what happened in previous years against the Wake Forest game. Obviously, we know what happened with the field goal situation. Anything can happen in overtime, and putting them in that position for Knightdale is a lot better than going for a Hail Mary here in a possible
especially
pick six.
for a team that in the air has been abysmal. Like,
I mean,
I
if-
don't think we're wrong in saying that.
If
Their
you're
play
going
on
to
the
risk
ground.
it here with Knightdale, you're going to put 4 receivers on one side of the field and throw it up. You are not going to throw it to one guy in a one-on-one where he can pick it and just go. If there are 4 guys here, there's a very low chance it's a pick six.
I mean this in the most analytical way possible. I don't think they can get the ball that far up the field with one
Oh,
throw.
they
I
definitely
don't think
can't.
they can.
No.
Spillman has no one around him. He's in shotgun formation, and he's going to look to go deep.
And they're sending everyone.
He throws deep,
Picked!
and it is picked. Can he return it? Here's Sherrod Ray. He's
Sherrod
going to the
Ray.
line.
Oh, God, he can
He's
go
going
on
to
the
the
sideline.
line.
He's
Sherrod Ray.
going.
He's
He's
got a
still
block,
going.
and he's taken
And
out.
he's down on the 23-yard line.
Imagine.
Which would have been the most incredible end to an incredible game.
Sherrod Ray returned it 60 yards, but he was 20 yards short of the end zone.
He had
If
saved
he
his team
cuts
there.
inside, he might have had it, but what a play by Sherrod Ray to stay up.
He's had great plays all night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to overtime.
17-17. This has been a great one.
You
This
couldn't
game
ask
has
for a
been
better playoff
all
game.
over the place. We are going to go ahead and take a break.
Yeah, we'll
You're
see
watching
you
the
in
Sports
overtime.
Block. Oh, my God. Welcome back to the Sports Block. It's overtime, 17-17 here at the Mustang Stadium. A little message from Bryce.
And, I mean, what a game we've had, and I'm sure once this goes up on Alexa Echo devices, you would love to rewatch this. Alexa, start the last Sports Block podcast is what you should be saying to your Alexa device. With Amazon Alexa skill on the Amazon Echo device, you can play the game anywhere, and I'm sure you'd love to rewatch this or replay this one. It's as easy as that with the Amazon Alexa skill, brought to you by the Sports Block podcast. And what a game it's been.
This has been insane.
I can't begin to comprehend what's happened. Middle Creek, the insane touchdown pass that led to this, the blocked field goal, the almost pick six to win the game. This has been insane.
I'm definitely going to need to rewatch this or rehear this on Alexa Echo devices.
Yeah.
Well, once you find one with a screen, you can do that.
Yeah.
This is going to be insane. And with overtime in high school football, it's a little differently. So I believe they're going to be placed at the 10-yard line. So there's not much to do, just 10 yards.
And the thing is, Middle Creek has been absolutely locked down in those 10 yards the whole game. And I mean,
really have.
You don't want to rely on a ball ricocheting off your own receiver into yours for your touchdown here.
So
that's about all they've got to rely on right now.
I mean, we have the God himself. I mean,
Knightdale will be
Muhammad
getting the ball first.
has been absolutely incredible. And Middle Creek's got a key in on him. I hope that Chop is back in the game, as he has been a key run stopper along with Joey Maya.
And no matter what happens, Middle Creek will have the ability to match what Knightdale does on this possession.
Spellman
is going to hand it off to Josh Scott
for about a 2-yard gain there, down to around the 8.
Well, in these overtime scenarios with 10 yards to go, 1 yard makes so much of a difference. So to pick up, 2 yards here? That's very big.
Yeah, and I think we've been talking a lot about Nicolai Muhammad tonight, but Joshua Scott's done really well in the second half. He deserves a lot of props for Knightdale.
Yes. He had a tough first half, and I mean, we also, give some shout-outs to Kuzi, who's been injured, twice already this game, and has come back. He's had a big impact as well, keeping the legs fresh and rotating everyone through as we see a handoff. Kicking it to the outside, and it'll be swallowed up.
It's taken down at the 6.
He maybe picked up a yard on the game there.
So that was
got
Muhammad.
3rd and 5.
Nothing.
And the Chop is back as we see another tackle by him to make it a 3rd and 6. A big 3rd down here. Force it a 4th. I think they got to kick it, but
yeah,
you got to focus on this.
Risk.
Yeah.
Then a kick wins it, and then it's done if you don't kick it.
I mean, Middle Creek's been here before. I mean, 2 years ago, the Wake Forest game, an absolute thriller to the end. I mean, we saw 2 missed field goals, similar to just the wackiness of this game. And we could see a finish just like it, just absolutely incredible.
And a timeout will be called for Knightdale.
Nearly a delay of game, and I don't know what they're doing there. Maybe draw them offside. I don't like that call.
Knightdale has had a lot of late play clocks tonight, a lot of chances for delay of games. They just haven't been very consistent, and
I don't think it's a well organized offense, and I don't mean that. I mean that on the field.
Well,
I think the offense has been.
The offense runs through. I mean, it goes through your line, but it also runs through your quarterback.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And your quarterback's out. And I mean, they have done it. The Knightdale has done an incredible job. They've played an incredible game. The backup quarterback injuries. I mean, it's just been an absolutely spectacular game.
This would be the upset of all upsets.
Knightdale cannot ask for much more.
I mean, Claudio Ranieri, you'd expect him to be on the bench for this.
Yes.
Yeah. Knightdale for sure talked over about what they're going to do on this 3rd down, and if they don't get this, they're going to have the ability to but whatever happens, to kick a short field goal. That's what they're going to look for.
Yeah, and I mean, you would think that they would
a snap straight to Scott here might be a decent move. It's been really effective, but it doesn't look like we're seeing it. We're seeing Spellman under center.
Spellman's going to...
He throws it.
It's
up.
Cooley.
Incomplete.
Is there any flags?
There's no way.
Nothing.
It was clean.
And
it was
we will
just a poor pass.
A 4th down. He looked for Evan McCray
Special teams
on the
are
pass.
getting ready.
The special teams are not coming on the field right now. It looks like Spellman's just going to find a play.
I don't know. Players are coming off. I think they are going to bring on their special team. They're going to keep him on?
Are they going to keep him out, or are they going to switch it? Is there
There's no way they can keep him on.
There's only 15 seconds left, and they're going to keep them on.
They have to keep him on.
They're out of timeouts.
Spellman's coming off.
They're
not going for the
field goal. This is absurd.
This
and
is
they don't know.
unheard of.
They only have
they
7
have no
seconds
idea
on the
what
play
they're
clock.
doing.
I think they might have.
They don't know what they're doing. They got 3 seconds.
They don't know. They've got a
It's
second.
going to be a delay of game.
Delay
it
of
has
game.
to be a delay of game. It's at 0.
Delay of
There's the
game.
flag.
Delay of the game.
The referees took about 3 more seconds, but I don't know what he's looking at.
I have no idea. That was delay of game from the first moment I said it.
You were just saying, Braden.
What else are you looking at?
Unorganized offense.
Completely unorganized.
Completely. Why aren't they attempting the field goal?
Maybe they are.
That is.
Maybe they took the delay of game for it.
they're still out there
No.
on the 11.
They have one running back out. They
Do
are
you see
relying
their
on a
quarterback? I don't see
Spellman
him.
pass.
My
Here it
vision is
is.
a little bit.
Spellman's going to roll out to his left. He
Spellman
looks back to
releases.
his right. And it is intercepted.
It is picked as
And
the
Middle
receiver
Creek.
falls to the ground. He's asking for a penalty, but there's no way. He just
Fell.
flopped.
Middle
fell.
Creek will
And that
receive
is
the
just
ball.
the worst way to end it.
You've come all this way. You've played better than Middle
He just
Creek the
dived.
entire game.
What did he expect?
But it's just disorganization. That's what it comes down to. Is Middle Creek is
Middle
a
Creek.
smarter team on the field.
And Middle Creek can just run the ball with Anthony Robinson. You
Oh,
get
yeah.
a touchdown.
No.
You get it. You get
They-
the field goal kick.
Middle
and
Creek
this game
cannot-
could be over.
I mean,
Middle
they
Creek
could just
cannot
kick it
lose.
right now and just
Middle
end it
Creek-
here.
Exactly. Hunter
They
Holmes
just
could
need
walk on
1
and
point.
finish
Middle
it.
Creek doesn't need a touchdown or a field goal in particular. They
It's-
just need a point.
If Middle Creek do not win this game now,
It would
There's
make
it would
be a
sense to run
miracle.
this ball. And he's going to throw
A
it to
great
Horton.
throw to Horton.
Here it
It's
is.
worked all year.
Can he get in? And he's going to be
He's got
taken
to
down
the
at the
four.
now if they had to kick, you'd almost think they're going to bring it back a little because that's so close to kick from.
It's a chip shot. We've seen Hunter Holmes hit the chip.
But they're going to keep the offense out there, and I recommend that they just run the ball and avoid any interceptions.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
They're on the 4-yard line.
I really like the screen call there, though. It's a safe bet.
He'll
He
run
hands
it.
it off to Robinson, and he's taken down.
Maybe get a yard there. Middle Creek now.
A very risky run by Robinson, taken down
Just
by
right
3
through,
defenders.
Right through the slot, and I don't think he really had any space to go from.
It's going to be a 3rd and 6. Middle Creek don't want to be too conservative here, but you don't want to risk anything too much. I mean, it's a little bit too far out for, I'd say, maybe a Joey Meyer run, but Jamori Ellis has been stellar. If you look for a high ball to him, especially with his athleticism, throw it high where it can't be picked. I mean, that's really your best bet. He's been incredible.
He hands it off to Robinson. Can he find the end zone?
He's
got
in. He's
it.
in. Middle Creek win the game.
The
And Middle
Mustangs
Creek
have
has
won
done it.
23-17 in overtime.
The most unlikely comeback. From up to down, 2 safeties, a muffed kick,
This game
and
been
all
absurd.
of this.
This has been a
end it.
crazy,
And
crazy
Middle
game.
Creek will be heading to take on number 3 ranked Pine Forest in the Southeast 4A of the North Carolina High School
And
Championship.
this
And
has
listen-
just been the first round.
Listen,
Incredible.
they'll be riding the wave high tonight, but they have to look at this game realistically. They were not the better team on the field. They were the more organized team on the field. If they play like this against Pine Forest and Pine Forest brings their game, it's going to be a wake-up call, I think. They have to bring it next Friday against Pine Forest.
Well, and Knightdale really came out with a creative game plan, and I mean, hats off to them. I mean, it's just an
Definitely.
incredible showing here
They
from
played
Knightdale. Nearly had the game, just some really odd decisions.
Yes, well, this has been an insane game. This has also been the Sports Block. I've been Braden Maxwell. Alongside me, Bryce Herring and Charlie
Charlie
Reeder.
We've
This has
had
been a
great
crazy
time.
game, guys.
Yeah, and I
I've
hope
had
you
a
guys
great
have
time.
had one.
Oh, this has been insane. Well, thank you all for watching and listening along, whether it be later on with Alexa or just live right now. I want to thank you on behalf of myself and all the production crew. This has been the Sports Block.
Yep, and really glad you guys had a good experience, and have a good night.